between schizophrenia and people with like narcissism and bipolar. Today, one of the things we're going to talk about is fucking Brie Powers. She is batshit crazy, and she is right by you. You've probably crossed paths with this person in some way, shape, or form, and don't even realize it.
No, you don't love me. Don't touch me. Stay away from me. Close the door. Please close the door. I'm recording this. Stay away from me. I do not touch me. Do not touch me. You're holding me hostage against my fucking will. So please close the door.
Give me a hug,
I don't want to.
I'll get in the car with you so I know.
Hell fuck no. I'm getting anxiety.
Hell the fuck no.
Literally.
Give me a hug, babe.
I will call the cops.
She keeps trying to crawl in.
Because I'm not babe.
You are, babe.
I'm not your boyfriend. I'm not your husband. I'm not your boyfriend. I'm not. Stay away from me. Stop. Stay away from me. Stay away from me.
You just choked me.
Oh, liar. You're choking yourself,
No,
you fucking liar.
No,
Stay
I'm
away
not.
from me. Stay away.
Wow, dude.
Away from me. I'm pushing
His
you back.
wrist is obviously on her collarbone, not her throat. And he's trying to keep her out of his car.
It's spoopy season, kids. Welcome back to another episode of the Barracks Party. Today, we don't really have any fucking topics. We're just going to go on a tangent. We're doing a new thing now. We're doing something different. We're going to basically, every episode's going to be based off of a theme. And because it is spooky season, there's going to be a few episodes this month where we actually go into talking about spoopy shit. Scary stories to tell in the dark type bullshit. One scary story that we're going to actually talk about. Well, first off, we're going to go down a deep dive with some TikTok shit here. We were talking about like how videos perform and how the weirdest videos ever tend to get all of the views in the world, right? And literally TikTok picks these videos of these people that are just like, you've seen the shit I've sent you.
Yeah.
And you
It's
are like,
infected my For You page since you've been sending them.
and you're like, what the fuck is your FYP, dude? And I was like, I built this, bro. Like the brick by brick thing that you see in comments, 100%. You know how many years it took for my algorithm to get where it is now? I started using
Probably
TikTok in 2021. In the last 3 years, my algorithm has turned to this. And I love every second of it because it's just, it's like, I'm pulling fucking grade 10 gem mint Pokemon card level fucking FYP pulls, dude. Like some of the fucking shit that I find that just comes across my way is like, look at that. And you're like, look at that. Look at that.
It's
and
wonderful. It's wonderful.
Like dudes with fucking teeth rotting out of their head. And they're just like, I'm looking for a girl to touch my dick. And then you're just like,
Dude, that reminds me. Kate had one this morning like that. It was this old dude. And the caption on it was, how do you feel about an old man with girth?
with girth?
With girth. That was the entire thing.
How do you feel? Is that what? Is that all he said? How do you feel with an old
He didn't
man?
even say it. He typed it in, and it was just him just doing this.
Oh God!
She showed it to me at like 7:30 this morning. I was like, "What the fuck?"
It's just like, and it's always. Was he looking down at the camera?
No, he had it out like you're looking at me now. It was like a perfect in frame, good kind of camera, and he was just. It was awesome. I loved it.
And the caption said, "How do you feel about old men with girth?"
Yes.
Dude,
it was awesome.
My favorite are always like the ones that are looking up at, you know, the most unflattering angle ever, and they're just like looking down like,
Yeah.
that shit, and
Yeah.
and then they say some of the most confusing off the wall shit. My favorite. Now, there's also another corner of TikTok that I tend to fall into, and that's schizo talk. Schizophrenic
I
people.
haven't seen that.
Schizophrenic people doing schizophrenic people things in their own, in the comfort of their own home. There's one guy. It was called, I think it's called Slopcore. And
That's gross.
it's not like, it is gross, but it's not gross in the way that you would think. Basically, this guy talks about like slopcore is now a genre, and it's not the kind of TikToks. Oh, great! It's the everyone's talking about hopecore and all that shit. You know about the hopecore thing?
I seen the wholesome part of it, but I also saw like a hint of how it kind of gets pornographic.
I didn't get a hint of it. I got to see it. Straight up
Was it the
women,
butthole thing?
Women showing their assholes and pussy uncovered,
Ugh.
completely up close, and it says hopecore. And it's like,
That's so
what
gross.
the fuck? And then people reporting it to TikTok, and TikTok saying they see no guideline violations.
Dude, I have come across like videos of just like a woman's tits on TikTok, and have done that. I'm like, hey, you banned me for no reason. Maybe get rid of this. And they come back to me, say the same thing. Like, there's no guideline violations. What are you talking about? And I'm like, maybe the full tit on there. Kind of crazy, right?
Dude, yes. And it's so crazy to me. That's just like, what the fuck? I type slop in and I see like chicks with makeup running down their eyes, and you know what they're doing. Schizo repost. Is this the one? Mining technology. Garrett Scott.
This can be used for mining.
Yes. Let me see. Garrett Scott. That's the guy's name. I couldn't remember it. Let's see.
Sure, it's a portable dishwasher, $350 at the Amazon website. Get all your dishes clean and matte for smaller items. It's also a molecular demolecularizer. Pour stuff in at the top, any kind of organic material, and if you want, breaks it down to basic organic parts, comes out clean as a whistle, sorted into all molecular substances, pre-installed test tubes. So if you have a lot of stuff to demolecularize, go into basic molecular elements, and use those elements for basic parts. Portable dishwasher, $350, the Amazon website, and now. Portable dishwasher, put anything, a molecular value in there, goes out, goes through the test tubes, freshly organized, for all your sorting needs.
What? What did that even mean?
I don't fucking know. Hang on. Scroll up one.
Okay,
This could be-
hold on. I don't think it has that for me because it's showing me football and shit.
Oh, fuck. All right. Hang on.
That's pretty funny. What I just clicked on, that's actually hilarious. Oh my god, there's shit on
It's
that
not
couch.
shit. It's mud. All right.
Looks
You ready?
Used
Yeah.
for mining with simple water, plasma, slime, or liquid. Pour the water, plasma, slime, or liquid to dissolve dirt, and all that's left is the rock. Usually you chisel rock like Poldark on BBC or Queen Victoria BBC. But with new mining, what we do is slime mixture, plasma, water. We'll be able to use this to dissolve the dirt, leaving nothing but the rock, much cleaner and effective. Professional organizing in the mining field. With professional organizing, you'll be able to dissolve the dirt, and all that's left is the hard rock with a clean finish. So let's use our brains in 2024, please.
Yeah, my brain tells me don't put fucking mud all over your house.
And it just makes me think, man, where I'm like, he lives on his own. He lives alone.
It has to be a bit.
I hoped it was, but his whole fucking TikTok was like this. And his page seems to be gone. Because I try to find it, right?
Garrett Scott 220.
Yeah, Garrett Scott 220. Oh,
220
no.
super fan. There's a fan page.
Oh, yeah. Yes, super fan page. This dude is he's a person. But it's not all Garrett Scott though. But yeah, this dude's account it's gone. This dude had hundreds of thousands of followers because people got into the fucking dark corners of TikTok with schizo talk, right?
Yeah.
And it was just his whole feed is shit like that, where he's talking about nonsense, dude. And it's quite fascinating. But yes, so I send you shit like that all the time. Do I not?
You do, and I just want to say that the Garrett Scott fan page, the most recent video was a look down. This dude wearing a Baby Carlos t-shirt, standing on moss, and then it went to a text message that said, what is it? Yeah, bro, I thought this Latino was a girl. Face palm emoji. I'm never beating the gay allegations 2 times now.
What? What?
I don't know. It makes no sense. And then it goes to the next image is papyrus rap. How soft irony fueled the rise of rap collective shed theory in 1C34. I don't know what is going on, bro.
The schizophrenic mind is a beautiful mind, in my opinion. It's just like one of those things where I don't understand where the logic is coming from. And I know that people, if any of you guys have schizophrenia, I'm sorry. I know that there are people out there that are living with it that are just like, it's very interesting living with this because I see people that aren't actually there. They're talking to me, and I often have to pull my phone out and use the camera to record to make sure that they're not there because their brain will see them there. And if they look on their phone while they're recording and there's no one there, they know it's a hallucination.
Well, I've played game when I first started streaming, and obviously I was, me and Kate were talking. Then I think it was she had someone that followed her that had schizophrenia, right? I've been following her for years. She's been off and on streaming for a long time. And then he came over and started following me because we started playing together and everything, and I would be the more streaming person. Anyway, has schizophrenia, really bad, like really bad. Okay. Wonderful, wonderful soul, very good person, very nice guy. And we would play games with him from time to time. And sometimes while we're playing, he would go, "What?" I'd be like, "No one said anything." And he goes, "Not you. There's someone in my room." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And he would like, "What do you want?" And then it would stop, and he'd go, "Okay, it was a schizophrenic episode." And we're like, "Are you like? What do you mean?" And he goes, "No, there was someone in the corner trying to talk to me, but they weren't there." And I was like, shit. "Oh my God, are you serious?" And he's like, "Yeah, no, this happens every day. This isn't very normal for me." He's like, "This happens multiple times a day." And it's just wild to hear in real time. Cause like, obviously for the non-schizophrenic mind, you're like,
how?
Like, are you serious? Like, what do you mean? You see someone there, like I'm talking to you, you know what I mean? And like, no, that's how it works. And just hearing that person over audio have a conversation with someone that's not there and then realize, oh, sorry, that was schizophrenia. That person wasn't there. That was fake. It's like, oh, you really believed that for like 30 seconds, And you're like, okay, that's crazy.
It's not that they believe it. It's they actually see it and hear it.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like they see it and they believe it. You know what I mean? Until they're like, oh, okay, that was schizophrenia.
Right, yeah. So like I've came across people that have it that explain how they deal with it and how they navigate. Technology has improved the way a schizophrenic person navigates life. Because if they question something, because they're so aware of it now, they're like, I'm not 100% sure that that's real. They'll pull out their phone and like look through the camera because for some reason the brain does not throw that in the image of the camera. Mm-hmm. It manifests it in front of you. So if you're looking through your camera lens and there's nothing there, then okay, cool, you're not real. So I can just keep going.
Yeah, you can ignore that. Yeah. Which is again, like you said, if you have schizophrenia, hey, listen, we're not making fun of you at all. It's a real thing. That shit sucks. But it is just fascinating from minds that do not have to deal with that. It's like it's just crazy that the human mind can manifest an entire being in front of you that's not actually there that you see.
Right. Yeah, your brain creates something that you can see and hear, but it's not actually there. Which is crazy. Yeah. It's amazing how powerful the brain actually is to do something like that. Where it's like, not, but you physically see it and you physically hear it, but no one else does because your brain's making that happen.
I would imagine what it's like is like having a dream, right? Like a dream. It seems real. You wake up and you have memories of it, but it wasn't real. I feel like it's a schizophrenic person's brain doesn't really stop imagining. You know what I mean? Like in your dream, you
puts
imagine
you in a
things,
dream
but
state when you're awake.
Stop. and their dream state stays while they're awake. Because like if you think about it, like I can look right now at the corner of this basement and I can imagine Kate walking down. In my mind's eye, I see her standing there looking at me. But for a schizophrenic person, it's not in your mind's eye. It's real. It's there. You know what I mean? You see them.
Your mind projects it to your actual eye.
Exactly.
Interesting.
It's crazy.
I think we probably just, without any education, just broke down what schizophrenia is actually like.
Probably.
Hey, we're dumb. We got a Marine and an Army guy. We don't fucking know shit. We've been drinking and just talking about.
We got an era and what's your thing? What's your airborne thing?
We don't do the fucking who thing. Airborne thing is, I don't know. Yeah, Roger, that kind of shit. So
there was a saying you had
between schizophrenia and people with like narcissism and bipolar type shit. Today, one of the things we're going to talk about is fucking Bree Powers, and it kind of ties into military because she kind of was. So she matched with the dude who was in the Army. He's the Utah National Guard. And it's funny, I brought up Bree Powers specifically because she is batshit crazy and she is right by you. Like you are, like we said this before the episode, you've probably crossed paths with this person in some way, shape, or form and don't even realize it. But now that you know about her, you'll know. Blue Jeff J. Cruiser and a crazy strawberry blonde bitch.
And for everyone that doesn't know, I just recently, in the past couple weeks, that's why there hasn't been an episode recently. I was in the middle of moving.
Yes.
Just moved to Utah in with my lovely woman.
He converted to Mormonism
and everything like that. So, did not do that. Will not do that. But I'm here in Utah. I'm here in the land. But I was telling him, I've come out here over the past 2 years to hang out with Kate and also come and do Silky's hikes out here. I've done 2 Silky's hikes here down in downtown Salt Lake. And I think that's where she said her business was downtown, at least by that guy's description with him talking about parking and all that kind of crap. I've probably walked by her business a few times and never knew it.
Angry Cops did a video on her, and she is not a licensed cosmetologist, by the way. So she's operating a business without a license.
Wow.
Yeah. She's also fighting a bunch of court cases, one of which is assault and battery, I think. She's facing charges of felony assault.
Good.
Bitch has got a rap sheet, bro. Rap sheet. She's got a record, dude. This guy, so this fucking Army guy, it was a drill weekend, I think. There's a Mormon dating site, kind of like, Match.com, but for, Mormons or Christian Mingle or whatever.
Farmers Only.
FarmersOnly.com. And she was on there and he saw her and he matched with her and noticed that her phone number was on her profile. And he texted her. He's like, hey, I don't know if this is intentional or not, but your number's on your profile. I wanted to let you know. Also, I noticed we matched. I think I'm briefly summarizing this. It might be inaccurate. We'll find the video in a second. We'll watch it. We're just kind of breaking it down. So, like, she was saying, like, hey, I'd love to get together one night and, go out if you're interested. She responds with, I'm about to be evicted because I need to pay $2,000. Red flag number 1. That was her response. The first words that she's texted this guy was, I'm about to be evicted if I don't pay $2,000. Okay, cool. Nice to if it were me, like, oh, that sucks. Nice to talk to you. And then I would just fucking block her. Like, dude, that is next level fucking. All right, that's cool story, bro. Changed my life. What do you want me to fucking do about that? Are you asking me to pay your rent? So, I don't know what his response was, but he was like, she does teeth whitening or something. And he was like, yeah, I'll come down. I could use a whitening and stuff, and maybe we'll go out afterwards. And they kind of set that up. He gets there. He's like, I hope you don't mind. I'm in uniform. I'm going to have to change when I get there. And she was like, don't park in the street or something stupid. And then she came out and fucking started screaming at the guy. Because it's like, he went in there, and then he was like, what was it? Something about a cancellation. He was just like, things were weird. She confronted him, and he's like, I'm not really feeling this. Like, I think this isn't going to work, blah, blah, blah. And she went off on him because she was saying that, like, it's a $200 cancellation fee. And he didn't even book an appointment. He just said, hey, I'll help you out, get a teeth whitening.
Yeah.
And then she fucking filmed him, screamed at him, and he was like getting back in his car. He's like trying to get away from her, and she's like following him and fucking recording him and screaming at him, making him look like a fucking asshole. And like her fan base was kind of like thinking that was what's going on. He didn't have a TikTok yet. He found out from other people that he had this video made of him by her, and he made a TikTok just to respond to this, what happened. And then it highlighted like, this bitch is actually crazy. And people started doing a deep dive on Bree Powers, and Bree Powers is indeed nuts. Because someone said in her comment section, are you okay? She's like, I'm not okay. Both of my parents committed suicide when I was a teenager. And I was like, oh, okay. Weird approach.
Yeah. Weird thing to just put out there into the public. Also, when it came like for the parking, she told him to just park in front of the place, but it was restricted. Like, it was like, if you're caught here parking, you're going to be towed and fined. So he was like, I can't park there. And he was messaging her and saying like, I need to find another place to park. And she was like, no, you're wasting my fucking time. He was like 10 minutes late to the appointment, by the way, 10 minutes. And he walks in there and she got bitchy and was just like, oh, you just want to waste my time. And he goes, okay, I'm leaving. Bye.
Like,
and then that's when she followed him. And then she said to him, I'm posting this online. I have so many followers. I will blacklist you from this dating website. I'll make you look like shit. And that's when he made his account.
And then the dating site actually fucking permabanned her.
Good.
And made a response saying that they would. Oh, you okay? They said that they would let him for a year free or some shit like that. Use the account.
That's awesome.
And so they made, and like I think it was like the CEO of the company actually made a video response to the whole situation, how sorry they are that he went through that. That she will no longer be able to make an account with their dating site, and like just like so apologetic to the guy. And it's so crazy because like, I will find the video and we'll talk about it. But this chick is fucking crazy, dude. Jesus, the thumbnail on this, dude. The thumbnail. Search Bree Powers in your TikTok search bar.
Okay.
Look at this fucking thumbnail. And it's like, she's got like the charcoal black shit in her teeth. And she looks like some shit out of The Walking Dead. God, she's such a fake looking human being. What is she doing on a Mormon site?
She's Mormon.
This is the most un-Mormon bitch I've ever seen be a Mormon.
That's the thing too. Just for everyone to know, this is someone that claims to be it and is not it.
This is like a person that was pretending to be a Mormon but is not a Mormon.
Is it Unity Mafia?
It's 100. Yeah, that's her account is Unity. Wait, what? What do you mean something went wrong?
Just refresh. Mine did the same thing.
Oh, dude, I thought she got banned. I was like, oh no! This was
The Eviction. Her most recent video is titled The Eviction.
No.
She lost her fucking apartment.
Yes, let's watch it.
Making this video for drafts, I agreed to not talk badly about the management team here for trying to evict me to their law office in order for them to apply
Her eyes are crazy.
And her head.
session that I was supposed to have
Crazy, and the
September,
head
and
can't.
them
It
to
pisses
not
me
evict
off.
me.
It's not even the head
So I
can't, it's
agreed
the
to not
fucking
talk
zooming.
badly about them on social media.
Yeah.
My lawyer friend that was talking to them agreed that was in place. And then they continued to not apply the rent amount, kick me out of my payment portal so I couldn't pay, and strung it on for weeks, like almost the whole month of us asking for them to apply the right amount. So here's the reason why they're so paranoid about
Pause.
me.
Here's the other thing.
Okay.
Her videos are fucking long. This is an 8.5 minute long video.
Yeah.
It's
9 minutes. It's 8:52. It's 9 minutes.
It's 9
long.
minutes long of her zooming in, shaking around, zooming in, shaking around. And like, if you look, they always said that if you could see the whites of the tops and bottoms of the eyes, actually, I think it's the tops of the eyes, psychosis.
I believe it. She looks insane.
She is definitely insane.
I want to say, too, you can already tell she's making up what she's saying because she said, they locked me out of my payment portal to where I couldn't pay just so they could evict me. I'm sorry. No business. Business, that's what renting is. You're renting from a business. They're not going to lock you out from giving them the money that they desire. They will never restrict making money. That's not how a fucking
Facts.
successful business works.
Facts.
It's not how it works.
Nope.
You just did not make enough money and you couldn't pay. And now for some reason, you're bringing it to social media where nobody gives a fuck, quite frankly, to say that it wasn't your fault. Just be broke on your own. Don't bring that up, and you'll probably have a much more successful social media career than you do. I'm just saying.
100%. I completely 100% agree with you. She is fucking crazy, dude. This has been my daily fucking soap opera. You know, like everyone has their little fucking guilty pleasures. This is mine. Is the Bree Power saga. Let's close out of this one. There's more here. Let's see. She posts so much that I'm probably gonna have to go really far to see the fucking army guy. Let's see. What's the date on this one?
She posts like 8 videos today. Oh, look right here. It's not that far down.
Ah, loud. What?
It's not that far down. It is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 16, 17. It's like the 29th video. If you don't count her pinned videos.
Oh, there he is. Correct. Yeah. All right, let's play it.
Here, see.
Yeah, and you agreed to the $199 teeth whitening. You took an hour to show up to your appointment, and I'm telling you it's $100 for a cancellation. You come in, and then you say you're canceling. So I'm saying it's $100 for the cancellation fee for wasting my time.
Sounds good.
Seriously? And this is also going on Instagram where I have 100,000 followers as well. And in the Mormon dating groups of people to avoid as well. Yeah. So I hope this was really worth it to you. You really wasted my time and my energy today.
I hope you have a better day.
Oh, well, I was having a great day until you showed up and decided to waste my time.
Do you mind if I close my door?
I don't mind, ugly fuck.
Oh, he's a chief.
Yeah.
He's a chief warrant officer.
He's a warrant
too.
officer.
Is that 2 or 3?
2.
Yeah, dude.
So
that poor
first of all-
fucking guy.
First of all, I want to say from his video, he said this is one of the more military things ever when it comes to dating. He said in his video, he said, "I'm not Mormon, but I was reaching out to every dating site that I could," and he said, "Fuck it, let's try, the Mormons only," and just signed up, and just acted like he was to just see who he could meet. I love that. First of all. Because I've known people. They're like, I'm on Christians only. I'm like, you're not a Christian. And they're like, I know.
I know.
Like, that's what he did here. At least from my memory. I could be wrong, but from my memory, he's not. And he just went on there to try it, and the first person that he got any kind of information from just roasted him.
You can see it. So he's obviously deployed, but when he's in this car, you can see the look on his eyes. Be like, I'd miss Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Life was so much simpler on deployment. I don't want to be with this shit. I don't want to deal with this anymore. So that was her fucking video. And I like how her comments are turned off in all of her videos now.
Yep. I noticed that when we watched the other one.
None of her videos have, like, the comment section is shut off. Oh, and then, wow, she reposted his reply.
Did she?
Yes, the next video.
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, she responded to it.
Hang on.
Yeah, I'm done dating.
You admitting that you stalked me off of the Mormon Mutual dating app and finding my phone number, my Facebook, and all my information on here is crazy.
Pause.
Stalk to me is crazy.
Stalking her is also a crazy fucking claim. The message here, for in case you can't read it, says, "Hello, Bree. My name is DJ. I wasn't sure if you knew, but your number is on your mutual profile. Maybe it's intentional. Haha. Anyways, I'm very interested in you and was thinking if you were game, I could pay you to whiten my teeth, and then if you're attracted to me, we hit it off. You could let me ask you out on a date." Not too crazy, right?
No, very honestly, very great. Like a very good start off, because he's like, okay, I have an in here because she has a business and I can go meet her. And if it's awkward, she's not interested, I don't have to worry about it. And I get my teeth whitened. Whatever. I have a chance, but I get something out of it no matter what happens. For her to say, he stalked me. No, you had your phone number and where you work and what you do on your dating profile. That's not crazy. And he said, and brought to your attention, your phone number's on here. Maybe take that off. That's what the point of that was.
Right. But if you're interested, like I'm interested in you. If you're interested, like let's, I could come by, do a whitening teeth. She conveniently does not show the response that he got after that. After that message was her saying, "I'm about to be evicted if I don't pay $2,000.
Yeah.
She conveniently left that part out.
Yeah.
And
she is a brain rot child of TikTok. As an adult.
And they always say it's in the fucking eyes. Look at her eyes throughout this entire video.
Yeah, I did remove that information. Thank you for letting me know. That will never.
Oops.
So, yeah,
I can't see my fucking. I can't see my
admitting
cursor.
that You stalked me to go run out chasing.
Huh?
So that I took a-
She posted a photo of his car with a driver's license, his license plate on her
I
Instagram.
told you about the cancellation fee, and you said that you didn't want to pay it. So I did call you out.
I told you about the cancellation fee. More like when he was like, "Hey, this isn't gonna work." Oh, and then the next video is the suicide one. Hang on.
Honestly, no, I'm not okay. My parents committed suicide when I was a minor, and it says that on my Mormon dating app. He literally is lying, and it's so blatantly clear.
I can't stand this kind of person. All right, listen.
I can't
Listen.
either.
Everyone listen here. There's a time and a place for bullying, and this woman never experienced it. That's all I have to say.
No, you know why she never experienced it? Because she's attractive.
Yep.
She didn't need to experience bullying. Like and even Angry Cops said this. Like if the fucking hot and crazy scale.
Mm-hmm.
Exhibit A.
I do. Very familiar. Very familiar.
Exhibit A.
She has gone from, and like, I'd tell Kate this. She has gone from a 9 to
A 3.
fucking like a 4 or 3. Yeah. Because she's
honestly less than that.
Insane.
Less than that. And
undateable. She's a 0, in my opinion. A 0. Undateable, would never touch her. If I met her and she was like this, I would be like, goodbye. Nope, you're not worth me. You're not worth my time. I'm no. She's a 0. Disgusting.
And this is me being like kind of like the human with this bitch. I say human with this bitch. I think she needs help. Really needs medical help, because this shit is like unmedicated mania, right?
Yeah.
She is 100% bipolar, 100% narcissist. And I say 100% bipolar. We'll find the other videos, kids. We're going to go into some other videos of people talking about their experiences with her, along with the videos they have of her.
Mm-hmm.
The videos that she won't post of herself, even though a lot of the videos that she posts on herself and her fucking long-winded, how long is this bullshit? 7 to 10 fucking minute videos that she posts all the time of the zooming in. Imagine this, kids. If I, let me actually open it up here. If I did this all the fucking time, whenever I was talking to you, if I looked at you and was going like, honestly, guys, honestly, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. Fucking nuts, right?
I would have after the first interaction I had with you, if that's how you were, I would have never talked to you again. And I would not be here.
If you only saw what I just did,
that first episode I did with you, if that's how you were, I'd have been like, I'm good.
Dude,
I'm not coming back.
Like, I wouldn't blame you. I wouldn't blame you. You're gonna have to watch the episode to see what I did because I can't do it to both cameras. I basically just took the zoom and just started fucking sliding it back and forth while I was doing that.
I can't wait.
Oh God, she drives me crazy. But it's like a train wreck. I can't keep my eyes off of. So let's go back to the search part. Get off of her fucking profile.
She has more. She has more. 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth video after that. Oh, sorry. Fourth video, she goes on his page.
Oh, wait a second. She actually did reply to them.
I blew this guy's business up for nothing to 100K in one day. She took credit for that.
Wait, what is this? Where at? Oh no.
Fourth video after my parents killed
Blew this
themselves.
guy's business up from nothing to 100,000 in one day.
All right, guys. The first post-drama order is going out. In this box, I got 2 of these sour Skittles. They're going to Lauren.
Say this video drama happened, I was getting blown up at 4 a.m. Spammed by different texts, like a bunch of different people.
Pause. Your fucking number's on your dating profile. It wasn't hard to get your number.
Is this his number? Did she just dox him? Because that's illegal.
Maybe.
Oh my lord, this woman is delusional.
Right.
I want to meet her. I want to interview her.
Hang on, let's.
My actual business got spammed with fake reviews. My email got spammed.
I have been banned on the mutual app since you found me.
I thought that was my computer at first. She's got the
I did
fucking
too.
AI voice over her own voice. That is insane.
Apparently, there were many reports saying I was just there to advertise bussiness and not date. Him admitting he read the death threat and bullying, making jokes and admitting he tried to get clout off me.
The drama saga and continue to try and get clout from.
Okay. My favorite is if you scroll up a little bit more. One of the videos that we're going to talk about is the FJ Cruiser. You'll see the FJ Cruiser is like her getting out of the car and fucking getting in the dude's face.
FJ. Oh, wait, is it the next one?
I have to give myself a lot of credit here. I've come a long way from that to cancellation Karen chick. You know, stay tuned for my side.
Oh, is the blue car?
Yeah, that's her. Because there's a video. There's a video of like her chasing this other car, running them off the road, and then getting out and getting in the dude's face. Now I will say the Aziz guy, something was up with the Aziz guy, and I don't know what it was, but if I go to the actual like stitched videos and stuff, oh yeah, here's another one. So when you go search Bree Powers, like there's a cameraman protecting himself from more false allegations.
Let me. I want to take a.
Stop.
No, I want to take
No,
a video
I don't
so I
give you
can.
I don't
so
give you permission.
I
I
want to
don't
have
give you
proof that
permission.
there's no damage on you because you're
No,
trying to say.
there is damage.
No. I want to
You
see.
choked me.
I didn't even touch
Yes,
you.
you did.
No.
Stop
Show
lying.
Me. Show me. I want to see. Hey.
Hold on, I'm watching it.
Right, it's fucking wild, brother.
What the fuck? This is a disgusting disgrace of a woman.
I know, dude. Then you have her court hearing, right? So if you go to the one, when you search the first video, the chick with the red hair, I want to say this is actually, I got the top comment on this.
Keeping up with Bree.
I fucking have one of them. Oh, yeah, one of them. So.
Powers and everything that's been going on with her. She had her first court hearing today, and we've got updates, so let's talk about it. I backed off talking about the Bree stuff because it got a little much for me personally. Some stuff came out that I felt uncomfortable with. I got some messages that I felt uncomfortable with, and I just wanted to take a step back. I feel like the Surviving Brie Powers page has done a great job of
Pause.
not necessarily taking.
Surviving Brie Powers page got banned.
Good.
No, not
wait,
good.
Wait.
The Surviving Brie Powers TikTok page.
I was thinking Brie Powers, and then I was like, we were just watching her page. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So like the Surviving Brie Powers page was a page that they basically compiled all the videos that people have been making about her, along with like her fucking criminal record, videos that were posted about court and shit. We'll go back to the court video here. Hang on.
Taking over, but like being the one to report on all of the things and all of the stories and make sure all of the information is getting out there. But I absolutely want to talk about these court hearings as they happen this month. So the first one happened today, and it did not go well for Brie, but not necessarily in the way that you would think. So here is the court update from Surviving Brie.
So
hold on. I'm sorry. I just realized your top comment. I looked over at the comments. It's just you. Ooh, this is getting exciting.
It's like, cause like literally was as I was watching this, I was looking, had my phone in my hand. And I was just like, that's because it was just like, cause I'm like, ooh, yeah, more. So like literally like, I'm like sips coffee. Ooh, this is getting excited. Cause it was like the first thing in the morning when I was looking at it, and I straight up had my phone out like fucking like this. And I was just like, and like that was like during her fucking psycho moment in fucking court. So the competency hearing update says this. This was actually from the Surviving Brie Powers thing. 7 people attended. Brie showed up late. While waiting for Brie to show up, attendants thought they had the wrong room. They left to talk to the clerk to double check. While checking, Brie was spotted entering the courthouse. Brie went into the courtroom. Attendees followed. Brie saw attendees and immediately started recording and mouthing off. Like, she saw the attendees, pulled out her phone, started recording, and started yelling at them. Let's see. Brie recorded Aziz violating her protective order. Bailiff took her phone to delete recordings. Attendees all remained calm to avoid being looked at as provoking Brie. Brie was heard yelling and throwing a fit in the hallway. Brie was taken outside and spotted having a heated discussion with her lawyer. Hang on. I got it on positive so her head moves.
There is a picture.
One of the attendees needed their inhaler and was escorted to her car. Brie yelled at the attendee who needed her inhaler. Brie left the property and is having her hearing rescheduled. Brie posted a picture of some of the attendees. A warrant for her arrest is in the works for violating her PO by recording and posting Aziz.
I want to see this woman thrown in fucking jail, even for just a month.
She needs to go to a fucking hospital.
To see her go to jail.
No, she needs to be hospitalized. Not jail. She needs institution. She needs to be in a ward. Unpause.
I still want jail.
Brie lost her shit when she saw people show up. She pulled out her phone. She started trying to record. She got in big fucking trouble for that. She ended up leaving, and they had to reschedule the court hearing. So that's kind of annoying, but are we really surprised? This is the photo that she took and put on her Instagram of some of the people who showed up. Some of them you may recognize. At this point, we're still waiting on an update for her new hearing date, but that's what happened today. If you're keeping up with Brie Powers and everything that's been going on.
Yeah. So the court... Brie actually posted the video of the court. So let's go back to this psycho bitch's page. So it's the second row down, far right. And this is her talking about...
See it.
You see it? You ready? Just click on it.
You guys, I had the paparazzi show up to my court hearing today, and I was very flattered. They made me feel
paparazzi.
like a real celebrity. It was incredible. Watch, take a look.
Cass,
You guys,
something. Why are you
your
recording me?
frenemies show up to your court hearings
Why are you recording
all
me?
dressed up
Why are you
at
in my court recording
8:30 in the morning like these people did for
The
me.
lawyer's like,
Look.
shh.
Oh my goodness. Look at how dressed up they are. All the people. And there was more already in the courtroom because I was actually late. I was actually there at like 8:50. So these actually.
I love how that
these
shit
people
gets in
actually
her
showed up at
face.
9, so, but still, the court was for 8:30, and all these people showed up. You guys, I had the paparazzi. show up to
I
my court hearing
agree with
today.
you. I do love that chick just like walked in and she was like, "You're a crazy bitch."
The chick in the dark hair walked right up to her and was just like in her face and
She
shit.
has some kind of psychosis.
Do you know where
Because
she
to
was when she
think-
recorded that?
The courthouse.
No, in the courtroom.
That's the room. That's not the hallway before.
No, that's the corridor going into the courtroom.
Whoa, I thought it was the hallway before
No.
you got into the courtroom.
Everybody filing in was filing into the courtroom itself. That lawyer that was trying to tell her to stop was her lawyer telling her to stop because she was causing a scene at the entrance corridor of the courtroom itself.
You ever seen a haunted house?
The fucking parody?
Yeah, it's a parody of
With the Wayans brothers?
the Paranormal Activity. Yeah,
I don't give a fuck, Keisha.
that one.
Yeah.
He goes, "It's in the bitch. That's one crazy bitch, Father Doug. That's one crazy bitch." That's this woman, dude. She is Keisha. She is the white Keisha that has been allowed to live with a demon inside of her. That's what this woman is.
She is insane. Insane.
I gotta go piss and get another beer about
Go
this.
piss and get
I'm so
another beer
sorry.
about this. What's up, guys? Regiment in this podcast is brought to you by G Fuel, the ultimate energy drink for gamers. G Fuel uses a special blend of vitamins, antioxidants, and other natural caffeine resources to keep you from having those jitters or even that crash that you normally would have from other energy drink brands. So whether you're having a long gaming session or you're just having a long day and need a pick-me-up, G Fuel definitely has you covered. G Fuel also has a wide array of flavors to choose from. But if you don't know what flavor you want to try, they also sell variety packs on their website, and they even come with a cool shaker. So head on over to gfuel.com and use promo code Regiment at checkout to get up to 30% off. That is Regiment, promo code Regiment down here at checkout to get up to 30% off.
I had to explain to Kate the crazy hot scale a little bit because I ran up there, she's on the couch, and I was like, "Bree Powers, like a 9, but crazy makes her 0, da-da-da." And she goes, "What am I on the crazy scale?"
I had a fucking feeling. I was going to ask you, did she ask where she was on the scale? You don't answer.
She did. And well, no, she asked me, and I was like, "To me, you're a 10, like overall." And she was like, "Oh, okay," but she was like, "Where am I on the crazy section of the scale?" And I said, "A 4," and she goes, "What does that mean?" And I went, "Well, a 5 is baseline because everyone's kind of like a 5, so it's like a 0. Anything underneath a 5, you're good. It kind of adds." And she was like, "Oh."
Here's the
all
other
right."
thing. Here's the other thing to take into consideration. The second you ask, "Where am I on that?" you automatically add 2 points.
I didn't have to add, thankfully. She maxes it out already, so I'm happy.
So it's like that's the thing. It's like when someone's like, "Oh, I never heard of that before." All right, cool. You don't earn points for that. Just everything else.
Yeah.
The second you ask, "Oh, where am I on that scale?" 2 points. 2 points for Gryffindor. I wanted to point out the Surviving Bree Powers page is unbanned.
Really? Can we look that up?
I'm sending you the link now. So we are on the Surviving Bree Powers TikTok page. They are unbanned. I'm so happy about it. I mean, I don't even know why I'm even saying this as if we just got back. I'm keeping all that other shit in that we were just talking about because it's it's relevant.
It's pretty good.
So let's look. This is kind of where they compile all the stories, right? Now, how far should we go down, Austin? Or honestly, I said Austin because I saw the name Austin. Court docs. We should start from the bottom and go work our way top.
Wait, which one's that?
The one that says "We're back." Let's see what this one is. We're back.
We're back. Is you talking
Oh,
about
that's
playlist?
just a fucking post. Never mind. So when you're in the Surviving Breed Powers page,
Yeah.
right? Down at the very bottom, you'll have court update hearing 2.
Hearing number 2.
Hearing number 2. That's the one I'm clicking on. Is this like not a video?
No, I think it's just a picture, no audio. So it's just showing that she's in court.
All right, what's the video after that?
No, you don't love me.
My
Don't touch me. Stay away.
fuck!
What? Are you talking about where the
my
hearing?
fuck.
Are you talking
This
about
is crazy.
the hearing location?
Yeah, this is very close to me.
Salt Lake isn't that big, big bud.
Well, when you're here on the ground, you're like, oh my god, there's places everywhere.
I know, but I mean, yeah, this is like real close to you. That's why I said this is in your neck of the woods.
Yeah.
All right, let's play the next video here.
No, you don't love me. Don't touch me. Stay away from me. Close the door. Please close the door. I'm recording this. Stay away from me. I do not touch me. Do not touch me. Do not touch me. You don't have any permission. You're holding me hostage against my fucking will. So please close the door. I don't want to take off and cause bodily damage to you, and then you have to say that I fucking. Please get away from me. Please get away from me. Hell, fuck, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? Stay. You're disgusting. Stay away from me. Look, stay away from me. Please, I got shit to do. I got people to see. I got places to be.
People to see.
Pause. The come inside part. She's a come inside. That's like the crazy chick thing to say. Even though I'm sure she might come inside the building, but it's just like, babe, come inside, so I can trap you.
Yep. Look at her fucking nails. Oh my god, I got to pause on her nails. Sorry.
I'm trying to get to her nails. Oh.
They are disgusting.
Hang on. I gotta.
Okay, I'll pull over. Move aside. Move aside.
You're not.
Close the fucking door. Places to be.
Come inside and do the
Come inside.
I don't have time for this.
Do the couples therapy. But yeah, her nails are fucking weird. And for the audience to see, here, let me close my camera out real quick so you can see what I'm looking at.
Oh my god, she starts hyperventilating.
Really? Hang on, let's play.
At the end, like 110.
I'll pull over. Move aside. Move aside.
You're not.
Close the fucking door.
I'll get in the car with you so I know.
Hell,
you're
fuck no.
Are
I'm
you
getting
coming?
anxiety.
Hell the fuck no.
What the fuck? Leave.
Come
What the
to
fuck?
the therapy.
Literally.
Give me a hug, babe.
I will call the cops.
She keeps trying to crawl in.
Them. Look, I'm trying to keep you. I'm keeping trying to look.
Why are you
Look.
being like this?
Because I'm not babe.
You are, babe.
I'm not your boyfriend. I'm not
You
your
are.
husband. I'm not your boyfriend. I'm not your husband.
We're
not
engaged.
engaged. Stay away from me. Stop. Stay away from me. Stay away from me.
You just choked me.
Oh, liar. You're choking yourself,
No,
you fucking liar.
No,
Stay
I'm
away
not.
from me. Stay away.
Wow, dude.
Stay from me. I'm pushing
His
you back.
wrist is obviously on her collarbone, not her throat. And he's trying to keep her out of his car.
Dude, that is fucking crazy. What's this next one here? What is this? This is the fourth. Ooh, wait, hang on. I hate when they do this. I hate when the fucking thing starts doing the slideshow by itself. So this says
part 1.
So it's the document. It says 4th Judicial District, Provo District. Oh fuck, I was looking to live there too. Brianna Powers, let's see, filed request for civil stalking injunction. Temporary civil stalking injunction. Civil stalking injunction. Judge James assigned a request for hearing. Exhibits for petitioner. Let's see. A file protective order. Temporary civil stalking injunction. Is this against Bree or is this against somebody on Bree's behalf?
I think it's against.
Oh yeah, it's
petitioner.
No.
Respondent is Bree.
This is the guy versus Brianna. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it said so this is the order of protection essentially. Obviously their personal shit's been bleeped out. So the court has received at the petitioner's request for stalking injunction finds there's reason to believe that the jurisdiction over the parties in this case, the stalking has occurred and that the respondent is the stalked. The respondent is the right to a hearing if he or she asks for it. So let's Charge 1, disorderly conduct within 5 years, 2 or more violations, class A misdemeanor. Charge 2, interfering with a peace officer. So she was getting into a cop's face. Charge 3, threat of violence, class B misdemeanor. When are these? Oh my God, these were all on the same day.
Hold on. Let me maps where the location is. I'm just curious as to like.
You do that, and I'll keep reading it. Reading it. Threat of violence, class B misdemeanor, criminal trespass. All right, pause. What?
It's down the road.
You're Bree Powers' neighbor.
It's down the street.
Are you her neighbor?
We're separated by a lake. That's it.
Oh man, I want to come to Utah right now. And
we'll go find me and Kate will go find her and be like, we just want to interview.
Hey, do you want to be on a podcast?
The podcast?
She would say yes.
She would, dude.
She would say yes.
Like, she'd eat it up.
She would be like, yeah, I want to tell my side of the story. And it'd be like, and I'd be sitting there and be like, okay, I'm going to hear this person out. Me being an interviewer, I'm like, I already have a preconceived notion, but I got to get rid of that. I got to pull that out of my brain, right? To get rid of that preconceived notion of somebody and talk to them. And I know I'm going to be like, I can't hold it together. I'll be like, listen, Brie, I'm going to tell you, has anyone told you, and I know they've told you this, but has anyone ever suggested you go get help? Have you talked to somebody? And they'd be like, this is honest question. And I'll be like, I'll admit this too. I fucking have to talk to somebody every week. Have you considered talking to somebody?
Respectfully.
And be like, how dare you? She'd pull her phone. I'd be like, he is claiming that I am a crazy person. He touched
and that's
me.
When you go.
And it'd be like,
that's when you go. That's when you go, breathe. This is on Discord. I'm also recording it. You don't have to do that.
I would tell her right off the beginning, but I know that just basically like, hey, just so you know, this is being recorded because it is a podcast. And she'd be like, he fucking touched me. And it'd be like, no, I'm in a completely different state.
Yeah, I'm across the country from you.
Anyway, let's read the rest of this bitch's charges. These are all, by the way, these all happened in one day. So, you see criminal trespassing notice, use handheld device while operating vehicle, improper left turn, taillight violation. These are kind of stupid.
So, hold on. She got pulled over. She got pulled over for taillight violation. Okay. And texting and driving. And then, wait, is it? You said this is all in the same day?
Yeah.
I'm trying to understand. So I guess, okay, says criminal trespass. So she's probably trespassing somewhere. And they were like, you also have a taillight violation. You're also texting and driving. She probably threatened the police officer and got in their face for interfering with a peace officer and also disorderly conduct. All three of those can be like brought up in the same like sentence of whatever the fuck she said. So she was trespassing with a broken taillight and texting. And then went off on the police officer.
Well, here's the other thing, right? So all these other infractions are just additive. They're additives to what she is already doing. Because let's be honest, if you're not doing anything wrong and you're just kind of going about your day, you're trying to figure out where you are or something like that, you're doing nothing really crazy.
Yeah, nobody
Cop's
cares.
gonna probably be like, hey, you know what? I'll give you a warning on this and stuff, blah, blah, blah. The second you start fucking with a cop, everything that they will find anything to throw charges at you, to throw extra things into what they're already going to charge you for.
Well, I mean, if you're being an asshole, you kind of deserve it.
Initially, none of this was going to happen except for the threat of violence. I guarantee you the threat of violence basically gave all of these other charges claim. Because it was just like, I'll fucking kill you or something like that. Like, okay, cool. I'm not only going to arrest you, but you're interfering with a peace officer, disorderly conduct, criminal trespassing, using a phone while you're driving, your taillight's fucked. Any other questions? And it's just like, and that all could have been avoided if she didn't threaten violence, whatever that is. Let's listen to Austin's story real quick, though.
All right, so I've never had a TikTok, never posted anything, but I got a couple texts today that made me make an account just to make this story.
Pause.
This little story.
I noticed that everybody that has had something to say are all in the same boat. I've never had a TikTok before. I only made one to respond to this because I kept being told of these.
Mm-hmm. She's perpetually online.
Her
And
life
that's where
is
her
online.
brain stays.
Her life is online. You ever
Her
see
brain?
on social media someone posts every 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how those people fucking exist. I really don't.
That's their life. Like, they just don't believe. Like, those kind of people do not understand the value of human interaction and believe that they're under attack 24/7. When in reality, it's just because nobody's answered your text in the 30 seconds that you've sent it does not mean that they hate you. It just means that, hey, give it a minute. Or they read it and forgot to respond to you. Or they read it and said, this doesn't deserve a response. You know what I mean? Like, if you sent me, hey, or here, this would be better. If I sent you, Jags won, you don't have to respond to that. Cool. Jags won. I don't need to respond to that.
My response, nice. I'm not a Jags fan.
Exactly.
I don't care.
But no, that's my point. Like, that's my point. Like, you don't care. You don't have to respond to that. And a normal, healthy mental person, I'd be like, okay, he didn't answer. I don't give a shit. But I told him because I'm excited. I just want to let everybody know, let the world know. Which, by the way, the Jags fucking won today. Thank God, finally.
Have they been playing really bad all season?
Oh my God, dude! This is our first win in like 9 games.
We're already 9 games into the season.
No. We're 5 games into the season, but we lost. No, this might have been even more, because we were like. They also count the last season. Like, if you're on a losing streak, they count the last season. So if you didn't win, I think we lost like 5 games last season. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so this was our 10th game.
Sports is the only thing that doesn't wipe the slate clean in the next year.
Exactly.
They count last year against you.
Yeah, no, they do.
Anyway.
And anyway, like, those kind of people just do not understand that in the real world, not everybody has to answer you or agree with you or be your friend. And they go to online to look like they are everyone's friend. And then when not everybody's their friend, they perpetually live online to secure their own identity and force people to like them. And then obviously, as we have seen, not just with Bree Powers, but if you've ever been online, that does not work, ever.
No. I've noticed that people that get along with everybody don't post on social media at all.
Mm-mm. And if they do, their videos are very unedited and casual. Like,
they're not even of themselves.
That long-haired dude that only wears a white T-shirt. Everybody loves him. I love him.
Tom?
Can't remember his name. No, can't remember his name. Anyway, he's very unbothered soul, and his videos are just not edited. He talks for 5 minutes and then posts the fucking video on YouTube, and he's like been around forever, and he's one of the more popular people. Anyway, that's my point. If you have a normal like view on social interaction, you don't need to force people to like you online. That's my entire point.
Let's listen to what Austin has to say, though.
Your time right now. There's a TikTok that apparently has been going around pretty recently about dating in Utah and some of the craziness that comes with it. And
hang on, is dating in Utah really this bad?
I don't know. I met Kate online.
You met her through game networking, essentially, right?
I met her through TikTok. She followed me from one of my videos. I followed her back, and we just started talking.
You met her through content creation, more or less organic, right? You guys didn't go on an app to find each. Well, you did technically go on find each other on an app, but you weren't on an app specifically to find people, right?
No, we weren't.
From what I could tell, dating in Utah sounds like a fucking nightmare.
Well, if you're dating Bree Powers, it sounds like a nightmare.
I mean, poor guy. He's not even a Mormon. He has a fucking Mormon dating app. Yeah. How thin is the pool there?
I don't know.
And that's why I'm glad I'm married, because if I move to Utah, I'm bringing my own supply. I don't need to do. I don't need to go seek an inventory. All right, let's keep going.
Started laughing because I was listening to the whole video, and as I was going through and hearing the story, it sounded a little too familiar. And as it turns out, I've actually, well, I don't even know if I consider it a date, but have gone on a date with this girl before. So I'll kind of give my version of the craziness of some people in Utah and some of the dating.
Is this a 10-minute video?
I go to the University of Utah.
Yeah.
This was the beginning of this year. This was in February, so it was...
All right, hang on. We're not going to listen to the whole story. We'll do that on your own time. Just go to Surviving Bree Powers. I'm mostly here just to watch her be insane. Let's see. Austin's Story Part 3. Wait, there's a video of him with her?
Oh, shit. 3 minutes.
I searched up the phone number and I found out it's still being paid by your mom.
What's that?
I searched up your phone and I found out it's still being paid by your mom.
Cool. And your point?
My point is, you're driving a Benz and that's being paid by your mom and dad, and you have the audacity to call.
That's not. I pay for it in cash.
You have the audacity to call me materialistic. You have the audacity to call me materialistic, and you don't even pay for your own phone bill.
How do you know I don't pay them for it? It's a business plan that my dad has, and I'm on that because it's a cheaper plan that way.
Hang on. She called this dude to say, like, you're not even paying for your own phone. Your parents are. It's like, huh?
No, what's crazy is she researched that information.
Yes. That's the other point I was going to get at. She researched it and figured, I'm going to have to call him about this.
Also, it sounds like what he's getting at is also where I'm at with my phone bill. He's on a family plan. He said it's cheaper, so he probably pays his parents. I do the same. Because getting a phone bill on my own, $150. On the family plan with my parents, $85. And I just send them the money to pay for my part. Yeah. It's exponentially cheaper. Why the fuck would I not do that?
Right.
It's not like they're paying for it for me. I pay it, but on a discount.
This is crazy. Hang on, let's keep going.
How do you know?
My parents passed away, okay? I was raised old school by my grandparents.
Good for you.
Okay? I pay for all of my own stuff. I own cars. My cars are owned
Pause.
outright.
My parents passed away and my grandparents lived with us. I was like, okay.
I think I'm a little ahead of you in the video because I heard that a while ago. Oh my gosh.
Hang on.
Okay? Your cars are being made payments by your parents.
That's
okay?
completely incorrect.
I own my phone outright.
I own my phone outright.
My stuff outright.
I own all my car outright.
I own my stuff.
I have the title in my vehicle right now.
I own 2 vehicles.
Good for you.
In my name, with the title in my name.
Okay, question here.
What? One more time. And the thing is, yours is a Benz. Mine is at least useful cars that I use for business and for travel and nice, like. And
Are you still ahead of me?
No, I'm just listening to yours because it's just looking at the dash. I just need to hear the audio.
Like, what part shocked you?
Just this whole. I have 2 cars. You have 1. Okay, get that in your head. It's like, what's the point of that? Like, I can go get 2 cars right now for $10,000 total. I just got to go on fucking Craigslist. Yeah, I'd have to rebuild them, but I could technically say I own the title of the 2 cars. That means nothing.
There's a part 2 to this next video.
Okay, so once again, why are you calling me? I blocked you. I don't want to talk to you. So why are you calling me? To prove a point?
He's literally paid me for, like, his modeling agency. He owns a modeling agency.
I don't care.
I met him in LA. I met him in LA at Beverly Hills. Like,
I
literally
don't care.
at the Hollywood red carpet event because I'm an internationally published model. That's how I met Jeremy Stanfield. And
So what's the
40
point
grand
of you calling
trying
me?
to fly it all my friends.
Do you just want to
trying
prove a point that you are better than me? Because I don't care. You can say you're better than me.
I've never
I
said
don't
that I was
care.
better than you.
Then why are you calling
said that
me?
by dropping me back home. You said that. By
No,
dropping me back home
not
that
at
I was
all.
better than you because you were too insecure to even take me out and get to know me.
Hang on. Pause. They weren't actually a couple. He knew her for all of like 10 fucking minutes. And was like, yeah, I don't want this. Nice meeting you. Bye. And this is the shit she does. What?
I went back to the part 1 to listen to for a second to see if it was like 10. It had to be just one date. Went to McDonald's, spent $10.
All right, so I've never had a TikTok.
How far are you in
never
this?
Posted anything, but
6.5 minutes. I just zoomed through.
And keep in mind, I was with her for less than 10 minutes total, picking her up, driving her around.
Yep, you're right.
Driving less than
10
2
minutes.
blocks and leaving. And then I just immediately block her.
Wait, what are the events that led to
this?
this?
Where I picked her up from, she said, "Well, the least you can do is give me $50." And that's the point where I was like, "Okay,
Hold on.
And by that point, I hadn't even driven 2 blocks, but I clearly knew this just wasn't working out, so I started turning around. And after 30 seconds of silence, I was like, I'll take that as a no. And she just starts yelling at me for no reason, and just yelling of, "Oh, I've got..."
I had to go back farther.
There wasn't even an entree. And the restaurant's called STK, for those of you who...
Oh, yes. He took her on he was taking her on a date. She was demanding that she go to this one place. She was like, "So, where are you taking me?" And he was like, kind of a first date. I don't know. I don't really know where to take you. He's going to go somewhere cheap. And she's like, "Wow, it's so cheap. The least you could do is like," and then she's like, "We're going to go here." And like the appetizers are like $70.
Fuck that.
Yeah, keep going.
You know how expensive it is. I later found out from a friend who I was on a phone call with that I probably would have been out $400 if I had actually gone there. He's been on a work trip, and
God damn.
I'm just listening to yours because it's just his face. I just need the audio. That's, dude. I'm, bro.
Listen, there are some places that around me that are very fancy, very nice, and you still don't pay that much for it. No, like, what the fuck is this place that she wanted him to take her to?
Oh my, $70 appetizer?
$70, like, and his friend said if you would have gone through with this, you would have been out like $400. Let's keep going.
his steak alone was $150.
God.
So when this happened, I had mentioned her, and I was pretty nice about it. I was like, for a first date, I don't like to spend more than that. That's
$150 steak.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Did Gordon Ramsay himself piss on that steak?
So here's there's a steak at the steakhouse by me, right? It's about $100 and some for this steak. It's a Wagyu beef steak. It's imported Wagyu beef, 40-day dry aged. Like the top of the line steak that you could ever buy in the world. $100 and some for this. Now, a New York strip, 40-day dry aged, which is one that when I go to treat myself, I go to this steakhouse once a year. Once a year, maybe once every couple years. Special occasion type shit. Anniversaries. Our first wedding anniversary, we went to the steakhouse. And like these steaks, like on the cheap end, it's like $70 for a steak, $50 for a steak on the cheap end, because these are like top of the line. Fucking gourmet, like these are good. They're good too. Oh my god, best steak you'll ever put in your fucking head, in your fucking face hole. But like the more expensive ones, yes, they are this expensive. So there are some steakhouses out there that are fucking insanely expensive because these steaks are imported, top of the line cut, prepped by top of the line chefs. Blah 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 blah. It's like sex in your mouth for sure. It's a good steak.
Yeah,
definitely.
I mean, I've had some like top line steakhouse steaks, but not for over $100. So I'm just curious as to what that tastes like. I think the most expensive steak I've ever had is probably $80-90. So like $150, I personally.
I'll tell you what that steak tastes like. It tastes like you want to eat it little by little. You don't want to eat it like how you normally do. When I get a steak like that, I'm cutting it into thin pieces and dipping it and like just savoring the flavor, because I know if I eat like how I normally eat, that steak will be gone in 5 fucking minutes.
Probably less if it's that delicious.
That's
Probably
the other
melts in
thing.
your mouth.
Eating those kinds of steaks, you try to take your time, because as you're eating it, you're like, I just want to devour this, but I also want to savor this.
You got to have it with a glass of red wine too.
Yeah, that's
just to slow you down.
Yeah.
Just take a bite, sip of the red wine.
That's what I do.
Sit there for a second, take a bite, sip the red wine.
That's exactly what I do.
My mouth is fucking watering.
Just by the thought of it?
Just the thought of it.
Well, let's keep listening.
I'm sitting here remembering that shit, and now I just want one of those steaks.
Mine too, dude. Oh my God. Let's keep listening to Austin's story.
It's a little outside of my budget. Do you mind if we go somewhere else? And then she just goes silent for 30 seconds. And by that point, I hadn't even driven 2 blocks. But I clearly knew this just wasn't working out, so I started turning around. And after 30 seconds of silence, I was like, I'll take that as a no. And she just starts yelling at me for no reason, and just yelling of, oh, well, it's just my birthday. I just want to be treated right on my birthday, and this and that. And, I was pretty civil about it. And I was saying, I just was explaining that, for me, I just don't like to spend that much on a first date. That's just my preference. And
reasonable.
As
honestly.
I was about to drop her off where I picked her up from, she said, well, the least you can do is give me $50. And that's the point where I was like, okay, I'm not going to be nice about this anymore. I was like, no, I don't owe you anything. I'm not going to give you $50. And get back to where...
Pause. Keep in mind, this is their first time really interacting with each other in person.
Mm-hmm.
Least you could do is give me $50. It's like, bitch, I don't know you.
I'm sorry. I just want to be treated right on my birthday. Bitch, I'll treat you right at fucking Chili's, and you can watch me get hammered off 2-for-1 margaritas. How's that fucking sound?
Just appreciate someone's willing to like hang out with your psychotic ass for whatever amount of time. Let's keep going.
For a first date?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Dude, I know.
She wouldn't have called him back.
Narcissism with delusions of grandeur. That's what this is.
Disgusting. Disgusting woman.
Let's keep going.
I picked her up from and kind of repeated the same thing. Just said, hey, this clearly just isn't going to work out. I'm just going to ask you to leave. And she wouldn't leave my car. She pulls out her camera, starts videoing herself, trying to talk to the camera about how poor of a guy I am and how poorly I was treating her and this, that, and the other. And I eventually step out of my car because I'm like, I don't know what this chick is going to use this video for. It gets to the point that someone across the street was walking across, was just come out of a restaurant, and he was like, is everything okay? And I was like, I'm just trying to get this chick out of my car. I'm trying to leave. She gets out and tries to plead her case to this guy, and eventually that happens, and I immediately peel away. I was like, yeah, no, I'm done with this. Keep in mind, I was with her for less than 10 minutes total. Picking her up, driving around, driving less than 2 city blocks and leaving. And then I just immediately block her number. I was like, all right, I'm done with this. I'm not dealing with that ever again.
Psycho.
And I get about a couple minutes later, I get a text from a different phone number. That's very clearly her. I don't remember what it said, to be honest. I deleted it and blocked that number. But this happened several times on my drive home. There's probably 3 different phone numbers, give or take. I just kept getting paragraph-long text messages from her calling me out about how poor of a guy I am and how poorly I was treating her and whatnot. So I get home, and eventually nothing had really happened there, but I walk into my sister's room, and I was like, hey, I got a story for you. And she's like, perfect, I want some food. I was like, sweet. So I'm just a McDonald's, spent $10. Way better than $400.
I'm chill with that for a first date, to be
honest. Way better. Anyways, we're in the car, and I get a phone call from another number, and I was like...
And then I had an instinct to start recording this phone call.
So we have a recording. It was a 15-minute long conversation that I was just honestly more entertained by what was going on. Her just yelling the entire time.
Pause. Holy shit. She knew this dude for less than 10 fucking minutes, and she is stalking and blowing up his phone. Now, I said this, okay? My experience with crime documentaries, if it's taught me anything, it's taught me that Bree Powers is going to stand trial for murder at one point.
Yes.
Or attempted murder. I guarantee it within a couple of years. In the top comment on this video, it says, so if you want juicy drama, we need to be in Utah. Bree Powers, Mom Talk. Mom Talk.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently Mom Talk is all fucking like Mormon moms and shit like that. Yeah. I wanted to cut to the FJ Cruiser type shit here.
Hold on. Let me just say. Sure, I probably went too far back from the microphone. Fuck this bitch.
Dude, she's psychotic. She's a psychopath. Has a fucking rap sheet a mile long because of all these things that she's doing. But honestly, she needs fucking help, dude. She needs to be institutionalized. She needs an actual, she needs medical attention, because this is like beyond just narcissism and crazy. This is like a severe mental health thing where it's dangerous now.
She is the person too, where like, I'm sure you've seen the trend of if your man can't afford a $300 dinner, then he doesn't deserve you.
Yes.
She has consumed her life in that ideology.
Yes.
Of like, I am deserving of $300 dinners a night. No, first of all, bitch, good luck. Good luck finding that. Secondly, how about you go buy it your damn self before you start demanding it?
Oh, she can't afford it. She's getting evicted out of her $2,000 apartment.
That's what I'm saying.
Has Kate gone on a deep dive in this?
Don't expand it.
Has Kate gone down a deep dive with this? This seems like something up her alley, because she's a woman and women love her just like, oh my God, psychopathic bitches.
I can't say a complete deep dive, but she did know the name when you texted me and said we need to talk about Bree Powers on the podcast. I said, do you know who Bree Powers is? And she goes, yeah, it's that psycho bitch here. I was like, oh, okay. And then
does she know her because of TikTok, or does she know her because she's from that area?
Because of TikTok.
Oh, okay.
And before I came down here, when we first got on the call together, she was like, oh, Bree Powers has a rap sheet. Like she's going to court.
Yeah.
So when you brought that up, it wasn't that much of a surprise to me, because you told me 5 minutes before I got on the call with you.
Yeah. Hang on. So we're going to kind of like cut off the Bree Powers thing here soon after this FJ Cruiser video. So if you look a little bit like in the row up, you'll see the blue FJ Cruiser stopped. We're going to start there.
Okay.
Seriously, yeah, like she does.
What?
Yeah, like she does.
She literally yelled that at a random person.
What did she say?
She said something, but so you better mind your own business before, you better shut the fuck up and mind your own business before I come over there and beat your ass, bitch. Okay. To a random person, right? So if you scroll up a little bit more.
She gets in the guy's car.
Yeah, so Aziz, apparently this guy is kind of a piece of shit himself, right? So Aziz's story, there's a video of her chasing them down, and I'm trying to find it. So Aziz part 1.
Hey,
Whoa, bitch.
Whoa,
you are crazy.
Back up.
Yeah, I am fucking crazy.
Dude,
that was Brianna Powers. And
Let's see.
Successful. I called not proceed.
We're going to kind of skip forward a little bit, shall we?
Sorry, on top of the car, kicks my. She tried to kick.
She broke this dude's fucking windshield. If you fast forward till fucking, what is this? 7:50. He shows a photo of her standing in front of the car, her sitting on the hood, and his windshield is smashed from her hitting it.
Okay. Oh my lord, I'm at 7:41. Let me press play.
Yeah, she crazy. So Aziz story part 2. I'm assuming, I think this one is where he actually has the video of her chasing him. Basically, I don't know, like people are kind of like not.
There it is.
Where is it?
Go to 8:58
on the second video.
Yeah. Aziz part 2. It's at the end. 9 minutes.
You saw in the beginning of the things, you know, physical. To the point, guy, I'm like,
actually, it's at 8:30. 8:30.
Aggravates you to the point that
God damn.
And she calls the cops on you, or she says you hit me. So I'm trying to stop the guy. I'm like, hey, don't put your hands on her. Be very careful. Be very careful. 2 people watch this. The guy's name Gabriel. I'm not gonna say their last name. I also do not want to expose them.
You said 8:30 for you?
Yeah, 8:31. You'll see her chasing the car.
We get in the car. We try to drive off. Bree chases after us. Now we have a white Mormon maniac terrorizing Salt Lake City before GTA 6. Bro, what? She tried to run us over multiple times while yelling, "Give me my man back."
God, look at her face while she's doing this.
And I'm not even exaggerating.
Yeah, that's what I saw
she
first.
really tries to run us over. Oh my God! It gets so out of hand that people start pulling out their phones and everyone starts recording her.
All right, stop there. Yeah. She nuts. She nuts.
Wait, I zoomed in a little. Not zoomed. She said the fetishes and stuff. Let me see what she has to say.
Wait, Bree said something about this? Where?
Very end of the video. Starting at
same video?
Yeah, same
All
video.
right, popcorn drinks part 2.
Where at?
947. 947.
Man, that's fucking way at the end.
Really tries to run us over. Oh my God! It gets so out of. And you think that that's the end of it, right?
Seriously, yeah, like she does.
Fetishes and stuff. I agreed to do things like that, like be choked out by him.
Okay.
I just hugged him, like he made me feel safe. And he was like,
what the fuck?
She's an OnlyFans person too.
Oh yeah, I forgot that. She's an OnlyFans model also. She's been on podcasts. That's how I know she'd do it.
But claims to be a follower of Christ. That's crazy.
A Mormon. Yeah, a Mormon, a follower of Christ, Jesus Christ, Latter-day Saints. I'm a Mormon. And it's like, but I like to show my fucking asshole to the internet.
And then chase down people in traffic.
Dude. Psycho.
We've done the deepest dive I think we could do. I'm done with this bitch. It's pissed me off.
Yeah, dude. The Bree Power story is fucking. So guys, if you want to go on a deep dive, just go to Surviving Bree Powers. Everyone's been making fun of it, saying that like there's going to be a documentary on Netflix at some point soon called Surviving Bree Powers, where
there has to be.
There will be. There will be. If this is any indication of where this is going to go, it's going to go to a Netflix documentary because at the end, someone dies.
I was going to say, if there's a murder, there will be a Netflix documentary.
It's going to be a murder. Some people are saying it could either be her that's murdered or her doing the murdering. I think it's the latter, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I think she's going to kill somebody.
She's going to sucker some poor soul. Some guy, handsome guy, never been loved, has just is starving for someone to love him, gets stuck in this relationship, can't get out. She's controlling him. He's miserable, doesn't know what to do. And then he either kills her or he dies.
So, PSA for anybody watching. Hey, listen, no judgment. But if you've never been loved and you're looking for love, don't go to Bree Powers.
Or how about this? If you are a man and or anybody, if you're a victim of shit like this, speak up.
Please, for the love of God.
Get out of that situation. I don't care how good the pussy is, guys. Because we all know.
Or the dick. If you're a woman or the dick. Don't care. Either side of the spectrum of that shit.
Yes.
Get out.
And like for the guys' end, it's like, why do guys like crazy women? And it's like the same fucking answer across the board. They're good in bed. That's the same. Yep. That's the same answer across the fucking board.
Here's the thing too. They may be crazy and terrible personalities. I can tell you this right now. They have great personalities. Bedtime's a lot better too because you enjoy them after, not just during.
Yeah. The other thing is
that's your education for the day.
Psycho bitches are the type that are going to be like, they'll lock legs around you so you can't pull out, and then they conveniently haven't been taking their birth control. And now you're stuck with this person.
Or conveniently your condom broke. That's crazy, right? Yeah, it's because they put holes in that motherfucker.
You know, a little fucking, taking a little pin, just poking holes in that shit. Yeah, baby. All right, let's take a break. We're going to go over some spooky stories next. Because this is a horror story in itself, so we're going to actually go over some actual horror stories because Halloween's coming around the corner, kids. It's my favorite time of the fucking year. I love Halloween. I love scary shit. I am a fall bitch. I love that shit. I love fall. I'm a slut for it. I hate the fact that it's 80 fucking degrees outside right now. It was 60 something degrees for a few days, and now it's spiking up. It's going to be 81 Friday. And for some reason, I've been looking at the week-long forecast, It's been supposed to have dropped to like the 50s and 60s for 2 fucking weeks now. It keeps getting pushed back more and more and more and more and more. Everyone's like, global warming, climate change. It's like, listen, climate change, yes. I don't think climate change is because of us. I think
it's natural.
Climate change is a thing that the Earth does, and it has done for hundreds of thousands of years, millions of years.
Yeah, it has. It's scientifically proven.
And it's a cycle. And it's like, you could say all you want about the human influence of climate change, but it has happened for it has been happening for millions of years. There's even times where climate change was so bad that it killed everything.
Yep. Ice Age.
Not even the Ice Age. There's several periods before that. We've had 5 extinction level events. Did you know that?
I didn't know 5. No.
We've had 5 extinction level events. Not including the meteor that killed the dinosaurs.
Look at us still here.
Look at us still here. I mean, granted, people weren't a thing back then, but I digress. Anyway, let's take a break. I'm going to take a piss. We're going to get into some spoopy shit. And then we're going to go down some rabbit holes of some monsters and ghosts and shit.
Regiment in this podcast is also partnered with BR Paradox. BR Paradox is a company that specializes in custom-built PCs. So if you have an idea for a cool custom-built PC, they can definitely give you the hookup on that. But if you're not in the market for custom PCs, BR Paradox has a wide array of pre-built PCs that you could choose from at great prices. And if you're not in the market right now for a new PC, BR Paradox will definitely hook you up with an optimization. Optimizations take around 10-15 minutes to do, and they're very awesome. I highly recommend them. I had my PC optimized by them, and it's never run smoother since. BR Paradox also has a list of renowned customers ranging from LeBron James, Chris Brown, members of FaZe Clan, and even Angela White from your favorite orange and black site, if you know what I mean. So head on over to brparadox.com to get yourself a PC today or an optimization. And remember to use promo code REGIMENT at checkout. That's promo code REGIMENT down here at checkout.
We're going to go over some spoopy shit, kids. We're going to kind of pick and choose some of these because there's a lot. And I'm going to kind of go over some of them. And we might do a little bit of deep diving on some of them because we've been doing it. The Bree Powers thing took a long chunk of time. There's a lot to unpack with that psycho bitch. I want to have the soldier. I want him on the podcast.
I want both of them.
Not at the same time.
I'm gonna go. No, not at the same time. But I'm gonna go find her. I'm gonna go on a scavenger hunt.
I wouldn't. I'm
gonna find her.
She's gonna
sit right here.
Here's the thing, because we have it on record right now that we only want to have her as an interview just to be like, pick the brain of a psychopath. Because I know what she'll do is she'll pull out her phone, start recording you, and start accusing you of wild shit that didn't happen. Then she'll go home and kick her own ass and then tell the cops you did it.
True. So if I ever see her in a grocery store, I'm going to be like, hey, I want to interview you, but online. And that's where
I wouldn't even do that. I'd reach out to her online. Hey, you want to be on a podcast?
Maybe we should. What if we got Bree Powers on this motherfucker?
Let me talk to the higher ups at Regiment about this. Like, hey, we kind of want to have a guest on, but I want your permission before I do this. And then I'll send them all the Bree Powers shit. Chat or guys, what do you tell me what you think? Should we try to get Bree Powers on here to kind of pick her brain a little bit?
It would probably help because she'd be like, "There's an entire organization after me now, and it's all military veterans."
It wouldn't help. It would make it. She would try to go after Regiment.
She would, but on what claims? Everybody knows she's fucking crazy, and people are watching her because she's insane at this point. Nobody thinks she has any credible source of anything she says.
She has no credibility, yeah.
So people would be like, okay, now let me see what this organization is about. And they come and see it and they'd be like, yeah, like, this bitch is crazy. I love it. What's up, guys?
I'd be like, have you thought about, are you on medication?
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So let's get to some spoopy shit. All right, so 13 terrifying but true horror stories reported in the news. Interesting. I like how they added that. The Enfield monster In 1973, a man in Enfield, Illinois, ooh, that's not far, told reporters that he saw a weird little creature lurking in his yard. Per the Mount Vernon Register News, resident Henry McDaniel said it had 3 legs on it, a short body, 2 little short arms, and 2 pink eyes as big as flashlights. Police later found scratches on the door screen and footprints that looked like a dog's but with 6 toes. If they do find it, McDaniel said in the newspaper, they will find more than one, and they won't be from this planet, I can tell you that. Ooh, aliens. To this day, no explanation has ever been found. I'm kind of, let's actually, I'm curious about this now. Let's look up the Enfield monster.
Yeah, I want to see if there's like a picture or a representation of a picture.
The Enfield poltergeist.
Well, I think there's an Enfield, England. That's why it sounds so familiar. It's like one of the more popular hauntings.
This says in fandom, Enfield Horror, April 25th, 1973, Henry McDaniel was among the first. There's a more updated article. This is the mystery of the Enfield monster. So let's read this a little bit. Look at that fucking drawing.
I went to images and they're insane.
Here, I'll show you what this is the article I'm on.
Okay.
This is the weirdest. We cover the dread central love cryptids. Cryptids derived from cryptozoology are animals, creatures, or species believed to exist without clear or substantiated confirmation they actually do. Bigfoot is probably the most famous example. And if you're itching for some Bigfoot horror, I've got you covered. Blah, blah, blah. Though there are dozens and dozens more, they're often born from an oral tradition of anecdotal accounts of something weird and freaky. They're also region-specific, highlighted geographical anxieties and fears. One of the coolest I've recently stumbled across is undoubtedly the Enfield monster. This is in Illinois, not too far from me. I think I'm going to go look for it. Touch its butt, Steve Irwin style.
I'll come with you.
At first, I thought the Enfield monster was another way of conceptualizing the Enfield poltergeist, the 2-year London haunting that has endured in popular culture, even getting an adaptation from in the form of The Conjuring 2 several years ago. But the monster is different. In 1973, several Enfield, Illinois residents claimed to have seen an unidentified creature scurrying about. Sociologists were quick to dispute the claims, concluding it was a little more than a social contagion or a kind of group hysteria. So everybody was seeing the same shit at the same time because they're nuts. That is, one person claimed to see the monster. Everyone else was susceptible to seeing it too. So the Mount Vernon Register News even has a contemporaneous quote from one of the first people to see it. It said it had 3 legs on it, a short body, 2 little short arms, and 2 pink eyes as big as flashlights. It stood 4.5 feet tall and was grayish colored. So excuse me while I gather myself, that's terrifying. Some locals claimed it to be nothing more than an ape or kangaroo that escaped. That's a very odd. Oh no, kangaroo does make sense.
Yeah.
Short little arms.
3 legs, just long ass tail.
Long tail, 2 long legs, short arms, about 4 or 5 feet tall.
Grayish color. I think some of them are actually kind of look grayish as they get older.
They do. With residents from the surrounding area calling in to confirm as much, one Ohio man contacted authorities believing that people had been seeing what was his lost kangaroo. So those damn kangaroos are hard to keep track of, huh? Which is true. It's weird. This is also the 70s. He probably had a fucking kangaroo that nobody realized he had, and then it got out.
Yeah.
But if that was the case, where is it? Nobody found it.
Dead now.
Well, it's no shit. This was 1973. No,
or
he's
maybe
still
it
alive.
became an eternal ethereal being, and it is what this is saying.
Still, like the best cryptid lore, several residents to this day still believe something unknown is stalking the woods in and around Enfield. Whether it's just an ape, which have been documented as being in the area. A what?
A monkey?
An ape in the fucking woods in Enfield, Illinois.
Hmm.
Or some kind of monstrous aberration remains to be seen. It ultimately counts to what you're willing to believe. How far you. Why is there a fucking ape in the woods in Illinois?
I mean, you got to think though, like Florida is. I know this isn't. I know Illinois is not Florida, but I'm saying Florida has a bunch of species of animals that do not belong because people just buy them and
let
then
them
release
out.
them.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing. So snakes are one thing, right? A lot of people own snakes. How many people own monkeys? What are the chances of small town Enfield, Illinois had 2 of the same species of monkey of different genders to reproduce in the wild?
I would say pretty good because someone could just buy 2 of the same species and then release them at the same time.
And monkeys are a little bit different though. They don't adapt to the wild if they've been in captivity for a long time.
Maybe they're still kind of babies, and then they were like, "Hey, I don't want these anymore."
Who knows? But that is interesting. There could be monkeys.
Monkeys are smart too.
That's true.
If you got released in the wild, do you think you can make it a little while?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, there you go.
So the Suicide Hotel in Colombia.
Oh shit, we're moving on.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else to really talk about with that.
Okay.
In Colombia, the Hotel del Salto has more stories as one of the most haunted places on Earth, more than it does actual tenants. Turned into a museum, the hotel was designed by Who fucking wrote this article? I thought I was having a stroke for a second. Was designed by architect Carlos Arturo Tapias back in 1923, overlooking the Tequendama Falls. The views are said to be spectacular, but guests keep getting in a little too close to the falls, translated to Hotel of the Leap. The Hotel del Salto is full of stories of people leaping to their deaths. According to a local legend, the indigenous Muisca tribe escaped from Spanish colonizers by leaping off the cliffs some centuries before.
I think this is just a suicide forest thing.
Yeah, I think so
Just
too.
a great spot to do it, and there's no supernatural thing. I think it's just.
I think so too. Let's see.
Spot to do it.
This is a long section. The Axe Murder House.
The Villisca Axe Murder House, dude.
Oh,
know about this
okay.
one.
You know this one?
Mm-hmm.
I've heard of this too. I think there was a murder docu. There's a so you ever heard of Morbid? There's these 2 girls that cover murders and shit. I remember this one. The Villisca Axe Murder House in Villisca, Iowa is a well-known tourist attraction for ghost hunters and horror lovers alike. The site of a gruesome, unsolved 1912 murder in which 6 children and 2 adults had their skulls completely crushed by an axe of an unknown perpetrator was purchased in 1994, restored to its 1912 condition, and converted to a tourist destination. It cost $428 a night to stay there.
Mm-hmm.
Visitors always report strange paranormal experiences, such as visions of a man with an axe roaming the halls or the faint screams of children. I'm willing to bet that is not real. That's just like, what happened there, right?
Yeah, and your brain takes over.
Yeah, if you went there completely unaware,
probably fine.
I'm curious of what the results would be.
So here's my question. $428 a night. Is that a person to person or is that a group stay? And how many can you add?
I don't know.
Because if you can get like 6 people, I totally have a couple buddies that have no idea about any of this shit. That would be like, I'm down. Fuck it. Let's get away. Let's go drink some beer. You tell them that, they're there. I would love, if that's the case, I would love to get them there and see if anything
100%
happens. Because for me and you, we know the story. We know what's going on. At least in our sleep, we'd have a weird dream because we know where we are. For them, they'd probably be like,
well, the thing is, it's like, okay, you know that they're going to ask, because this is in the middle of fucking bumfuck nowhere, Iowa. They're going to be like, why stay here? They're going to ask.
I'm going to say, because I'm going to get hammered with zero consequence, and then that's all I need. I have very simple
But then they'll ask, why is it $400 something a night?
Well, if it's a group cost and we're all paying, minimal.
Yeah, we'll research. We'll look into that in a bit. Anyway, more
all
about
I have to do is be like, there's a pub with a weird history, and I can make up a history about the local pub, and they'd be like, oh, okay, cool, fuck it, let's do it.
Listen to this. In November 2014, the haunting took a darker turn. Robert Stephen Larson, Jr., 37, of Rhinelander, Wisconsin, was on a regular recreational paranormal visit with friends when true horror struck. So his companions found him stabbed in the chest, an apparently self-inflicted wound, called 911, and Larson was brought to a nearby hospital before being helicoptered to the University Medical Center in Omaha. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office said Larson suffered a self-inflicted injury about 12:45 a.m., which is around the same time the 1912 axe murder in the house began. So dude said that they're saying he stabbed himself several times in the chest, and it happened around the same time when the axe murders happened.
So they're claiming a possession.
Yes. Larson recovered from his injuries, but has never spoken publicly about what occurred that day. For Martha Lynn, the owner of the home, the incident was very upsetting. It's publicity, but it's not exactly the kind of publicity you desire to have. I don't want people thinking that when they come to Villisca Axe Murder House, something's going to happen that's going to make them do something like that. The house remains open for tourist visits and overnight stays today.
I'm going to be honest with you. This person was not open for a comment. Makes me think it was a suicide attempt gone wrong, and they just did it in the worst way possible.
I think the same thing. I really do think the same thing.
And they just went somewhere to, like, if they were successful, people would be like, no, it's because of a possession.
Yes.
And their family wouldn't have to deal with the guilt.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Also, stabbing yourself to death is a fucking wild way to commit suicide. Wild.
People do it.
Here's the thing. Your natural body will not let you stab yourself.
Much like you can't bite your own finger off. It takes nothing more than force to bite through a carrot. But your body won't let you do it.
Your body will not let you do it. It's the same with stabbing yourself. It takes you have to overcome your body's natural reaction to stopping you from doing it in order to do it, let alone multiple fucking times. Now, the very disturbed people can do it, obviously. The average person like you or me will have a very hard time doing that.
Yeah. If you're not already predisposed to be like, no, I'm doing this.
Passing the doll one. This one's a long section, which tells me it's probably juicy. A deadly exorcism. In August 2016 in North London, 26-year-old Kennedy Ife began acting strange and aggressive following a pain in his throat. He reportedly bit his father, threatened to cut off his own penis, and complained of a python or snake inside of him before his family restrained him to a bed with cable ties and excessive force. The family then set out attempting to cure Kennedy through restraint and prayer over the next 3 days. Thoughts and prayers. His brother Colin Ife told police, "It's clear that thing was in him, what we believed was a demon, because it was not natural. It was clearly trying to kill him," he said. "We had to restrain him for himself, and it was clear that if we didn't restrain him, he could have tried to harm people in our family." Kennedy Ife had been bound to his bed for 3 days without medical attention when his brother called emergency services, explaining that Kennedy Ife was complaining of dehydration. He appeared to have developed breathing issues and was pronounced dead at 10:17 a.m. When the police read the house of Colin Ife allegedly carried out an attempted resurrection by chanting the prayer for Mr. Ife. All 7 of Kennedy Ife's family members were accused of manslaughter, false imprisonment, and causing or allowing the death of a vulnerable adult. A post-mortem examination revealed that over 60 wounds, including possible bite on Kennedy Ife's body, and his father, Kenneth Ife, along with 4 of his brothers, sustained injuries as well. Kenneth Ive told jurors he ordered his sons to take shifts and use overwhelming force, but denied an association with cults, occults, and secret societies played any part in the death. After a 4-day jury deliberation, all 7 family members were cleared of charges on March 14th, 2019. So that's,
this
that's
makes me
weird.
You know, this makes me want to talk about.
What?
Have you ever heard? It's one of the more recent movies in the Conjuring series. The Devil Made Me Do It.
There's a documentary about him.
I watched it. It was really good.
The documentary. So did I. It makes you question.
It does, because half the family's like, no, yeah, the devil made him do it, and the other half is like, it was bullshit.
My family are just weirdos. Like, right? So I liked how they did 2 sides of that same story, right? Where it was like, you had the people where they were like, no, he straight up, like, the devil was possessing him, blah, 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 XYZ, all this shit. And then you have the rest of the family that are just like, that is not true. My dad and my mom were fucking crazy. And then at the end of the documentary, you find out the mom was fucking giving them some kind of sedative.
Every night.
Every single night.
I would love to, if we, like, for a future episode, spooky one, I want to deep dive that entire case.
You want to deep dive that case?
I think it would be fun to, like, develop our own opinions, because, like, there's points in it where I'm like, that seems supernatural, and then there's other points where I'm like, you're just fucking crazy.
I was the same way,
and I want to do my own deep dive into it.
Yeah, we could totally do that. Next topic. When the dead animals in the walls. When the Bredezis family decided to insulate their home in Auburn, Pennsylvania in 2015, they discovered that it had already been with the scores of dead animal carcasses. The dead animals were wrapped in newspapers from the 1930s and 40s and were among half-used spices and other items. After removing the items, they sent hundreds of artifacts and carcasses to exert in Kutztown. The expert attributed the rotting animals in the walls to powwow or Dutch magic, a ritual originating from the culture of the Pennsylvania Dutch to treat ailments and gain physical or spiritual protection. The Pennsylvania Dutch were a group of German-speaking settlers in Pennsylvania in the 1600s and 1700s, so Amish people. And are often of Lutheran, Mennonite, or Amish faith. Hey,
there you go.
The Washington Post notes to the magic, many of the spells deal with the care of livestock, finding water, the treatment of minor ailments, reflecting the conditions and concerns of early American settlers. But powwow also was within tradition of darker spells and even such as those conjuring demons. One notable ritual in the tradition is the hex, to create loyalty in a dog. To attach a dog to a person, providing nothing else was used before to effect it, try to draw some of your blood and let the dog eat it along with his food, and he will stay with you. The mold found in the rotting carcasses in the Betris home has caused illness among family members, and they say that the odor hasn't gone away.
So I wonder if that was like an early practice that is obviously carried through centuries.
I think it was.
Of like the first attempts at taming wolves.
I think so too. I honestly do think that. Ooh.
What the fuck is this video? Teacher accused of drawing teens into ritual.
Yeah, okay, listen to this. Friends noticed that Danielle Harkins, a 35-year-old school teacher near St. Petersburg, Florida, started acting strangely in June of 2012, developing an interest in demonic rituals. Soon after, she was arrested for abuse of 7 of her former students, at the Tampa Bay Times reported. Danielle Harkins told the kids they needed to rid their bodies of demons as group gathered before dusk Saturday around a small fire near the St. Petersburg Pier. They should cut their skin and let evil spirits out, police said she told the children. Then they needed to burn wounds to ensure those spirits would not return. When Harkins held a lighter to one teen's hand, wind blew the flame out, police said. That prompted her to douse his hand in perfume before setting it on fire. The boy suffered second-degree burns, police said. Another teen was cut on the neck with a broken bottle, police said. Harkins used a flame to heat a small key, which she then used to cauterize the wound. Police were notified because of a friend of one of the students who participated in the ritual raised alarms. However, none of the students themselves told their parents about the event or would comment following the arrest of aggravated battery and child abuse. What is the video?
A teacher at a community center in Pinellas County is facing child abuse charges tonight after police say she encouraged her students to cut each other. It was all part of a bizarre cleansing ritual. Fox 13 Steph DP Trentonio is here now to tell us more about what was going on. Steph?
Hey there, Kelly. Danielle Harkins is in jail tonight, accused of some pretty horrific things. St. Pete police say she convinced a group of 7 former students of hers to cut their skin to let the evil spirits out and then burn the wounds so the spirits couldn't get back into their bodies. The parents of the 7 victims, 6 boys and 1 girl, might call Danielle Harkins the face of evil. Saturday, St. Pete police say she gathered the kids in a park near the pier, built a small fire.
There was apparently some chanting and dancing around this fire that was taking place.
And then police say she encouraged them to cut each other in some sort of demonic ritual to release the evil spirits from their bodies.
They would follow that up with some sort of...
All right. Here's the thing.
This is a mentally ill woman that totally believes in what she was doing.
Not even just that, but it's like, how did they fucking just go along with it?
They're children. I would assume in elementary school, considering the picture that they showed.
But no, wait, hang on. It said right here, she's a school teacher. Let's see. It said police were notified because a friend of one of the students who participated in the ritual raised alarms. Doesn't say how old they were, honestly.
Mm-mm.
This next one, I know about this one. I don't think.
Wait, when Harkins held a lighter to one of the teens' hands, so
Yes.
they were old enough to say no.
Mm-hmm. That was where I saw. I was like, no, I think she was a high school teacher. So this next one, I know this story. I don't think it was ever solved. It was in the Cecil Hotel. They called it Hotel Hell or whatever the fuck.
I'm familiar with the Cecil.
So Eliza Lamb was last seen January 31st, 2013 in the lobby of the Cecil Hotel in downtown Los Angeles. She was vacationing through the West Coast, documenting the trip along on her blog and checking in with her parents every day. On January 31st, those calls stopped. Lamb had vanished. Soon, police were involved and her parents arrived to help with the search. They had nothing. That February, LAPD released elevator surveillance footage of Lamb before her disappearance. The footage shows Lamb behaving strangely in the elevator, appearing to talk with invisible people, peering around the corner of the door, crouching in the corner, and opening and closing the door. But what exactly is going on in this video raises more questions than answers. Theories range from psychotic episodes to demonic possession to unknown assailants just outside of the camera's view. Here's the video. I've seen this video before.
I have too.
So she's getting in the, for those that are listening, she's getting in the elevator. She seems to be hitting all the fucking buttons. And then she's standing there in the corner, staring out the door. Door's not closing. She's standing there, and then she's looking out there, and it looks like she's talking, but then she's like, that was weird. She like leans out the door, comes back in. I wonder if she was trying to get the door to close. And then she goes in the other corner as if she's hiding.
Panicked as she's hiding.
Yeah. And this is where the theory came in, where someone was following her and and that's outside of the camera view. But it is weird that the door will not close.
Yeah. I think someone's holding the button. And she's asking them to stop right there. She's like, please let me go.
Then she's like weird stepping. She's going back in the elevator, stepping out of the elevator, going outside of camera view. And no one really knows what's going on here, but she's like standing outside of the elevator to the left side of it, outside of the camera view. Door's still hanging open.
Hand. I think someone's holding it.
Well, we'll find out really more about that. So she seems like very weirded out and distressed. She's hitting
Do
all
you
the
know how
buttons
the story
again.
ends?
Yeah, I know how this ends.
Okay.
She's like hitting all the buttons to try to get it to close, and it will not close. I do find that weird because I don't know if I think they said there's no way that could have been just hanging open like that. I might be wrong. But yeah, she's still fucking saying, dude, this is long. I didn't realize how long this was.
She's talking to someone. I think there's someone around the corner holding the button. She's like, please, just fucking let me go.
And then she walks away from the elevator. Doesn't look like she ever comes back. The door finally closes. And then it opens back up. And then it closes.
Oh, did you fast
I
forward?
did. It's going to all the different floors. So around that time, hotel guests started reporting weird things happening with the Cecil Hotel water supply. The shower was awful, said Sophia Bowe, who spent 8 days there during the investigation. When you turned the tap on, the water was coming out black at first for 2 seconds, and then it was going back to normal. The tap water tasted horrible. Oh, God. People were drinking it. You'll find out why I'm disgusted by that. It had a very funny, sweety, disgusting taste. Very strange taste. I could barely describe it. Sweet and disgusting is the smell of a dead body. But for a week, they never complained. We never thought anything of it. We thought it was just the way it was here. The morning of February 19, a hotel employee climbed to the roof and used a ladder to investigate the hotel's water storage tanks. That's where authorities found the decomposing naked body of Lamb, whose personal items were found nearby. After an autopsy, her death was labeled accidental. But NBC LA Times reported about the strange circumstances of the hotel's past. The tank has a metal latch that can be opened, but authorities said that access to the roof is secured with an alarm and lock. The single-room occupancy hotel has an unusual history. Night Stalker Richard Ramirez, who was found guilty of 14 slayings in the 80s, lived on the 14th floor for several months in 1985. The international serial killer Jack Underweger was suspected of murdering 3 prostitutes during the time he lived there in 91. He killed himself in jail in 94. In 1962, a female occupant jumped out of the hotel's windows, killing herself and a pedestrian of whom she landed on. In February 2021, a Netflix doc called Crime Scene, The Vanishing of Cecil at Cecil Hotel, explored Eliza's tragic case and the history of the cursed hotel. So the thing is, that's also weird, right? You would think that there was security footage from the lobby looking at the elevator, but there was never really anything talked about that. Also, how did she get to the roof, and why was she in the water reservoir?
Well, what's even crazier is that it took so long for residents to taste the decomposing body of somebody in the water before they were like, let's check the roof. It took them a long time to check the roof. Well, they never once thought it until that.
Probably because no evidence suggested that she was up there, that she ever went up there. Because they said it was locked and alarms and shit. There was no access to the roof. And
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, it's like someone went missing. The last place we saw them was this building. Let's check every corner. I feel like that'd be the first part of investigation.
You would think.
You know what I mean?
You would think. You would think. Let's see. Utah murder-suicide.
Oh, it's in Salt Lake. Yeah, I need to hear about this.
Bree Powers. I'm just kidding.
Bree Powers.
So in September of 2014, a Utah teen returned to his home to find his parents and 3 siblings dead. In a notebook, a to-do list had been scribbled on the pages. The list looked as if the parents were readying to go on vacation. Items such as feed the pets and find someone to watch after the house were written. The Salt Lake Tribune reported, it appeared to be a murder-suicide, but there was no suicide note, no prior indication that they would do this, no explanation. Police could not figure out why 2 parents would kill themselves and 3 of their 4 children. For a year, no one knew exactly what happened to the family or what would drive the parents to do the unthinkable. In January, police released more chilling details of the case. According to accounts from family members, An investigation by police, the parents were driven by a belief that the apocalypse was coming and an obsession with a convicted killer. Friends of the family told police that the parents were worried about the evil in the world and wanted to escape a pending apocalypse, but most assumed they just wanted to move somewhere off-grid. Investigators also found letters written by Christy Strack to one of the state's most infamous serial convicted killers, Dan Lafferty, who was convicted of the 1984 fatal stabbing of his sister-in-law and her 1-year-old daughter. According to trial testimony, he killed the victims at the order of his brother, Ron Lafferty, who claimed to have a revelation from God. The story became a book called Under the Banner of Heaven. Police said Christy Strack became friends with Dan Lafferty, and she said her husband even visited him in prison.
Okay, first thing I want to say. If anyone comes to you and says that they've had a revelation from God, because a lot of these horrific killings
stem from that,
I swear stem from I've had a revelation from God. If anybody says that to you, kill them. Or run away.
Run away. Don't kill them. Run away.
Or stab them in the throat 73 times.
So
I'm kidding. Don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Scroll down. The Isai the Cannibal. In 1974, 24-year-old Waco University student Isai Sagawa allegedly followed a German woman into her home in Tokyo, Japan, broke into her apartment while she was sleeping, and attempted to cut a piece of her flesh off her body to consume. When she awoke, she reportedly fought him and was later captured by the police. According to a 2012 Vice documentary that covered Isai's bizarre story, he was mistakenly charged with attempted rape, and his wealthy father paid the victim a settlement outside of court to have the charges dropped. 7 years later, in 1981, he allegedly committed a murder in France, shooting and eating a fellow university student, Renee Hardevelt. You've heard this, haven't you?
Oh, dude, it's crazy. Keep reading.
Isai creepily documented the entire experience with photographs, and he was captured by authorities once again while attempting to dump the rest of her body in the Bois de Boulogne lake. He was deported back to Japan and committed into a mental institution. For reason unknown, his psychologist in Japan declared he was sane. Furthermore, a legal technicality involving the French government refusing to turn over the documents from this case meant that his murder charges were dropped completely. He checked himself out in the mental hospital and has reportedly been walking the streets as a free man ever since. He's still around. Isai has even become a controversial celebrity, writing over 20 books, according to Japan Today. He most recently fantasized about an unnamed TV actress, saying, "I'll catch a glimpse of her thigh and think, that sure looks tasty, but I don't feel like I actually want to eat it. As I accomplished the act of cannibalism once, there's no meaning to maintaining the desire for it anymore. In my book, I wrote that human flesh, was tasty, but that it was not really true. I'd much rather eat Matsuka beef, Kobe beef. But because I desired to consume human flesh for so long, I'd managed to convince myself that it would necessarily be delicious." Isai Sagawa was also referencing in the Rolling Stones song Too Much Blood, with the lyrics saying, "And when he ate her, he took her bones to the Bois de Boulogne." He currently is 73 years old and continues to live in Kawasaki City, Japan. To this day, no one knows why France did not allow Japan to give him a trial. That's crazy. He fucking admitted to it.
I am pretty sure, let me see how all this is. I'm pretty sure he died recently of a heart attack or something. I don't think he's still alive. I think he just recently died. Because this is October 5th of... Oh. This was posted exactly a year ago today. I'm pretty sure he died recently. But
Isai Sagawa.
You can go onto YouTube right now and watch an interview with him and see the inside of his home, and he talks about it. And he is like, yeah, this is how it happened. This is how I think about it now. This is what I still think today. This is what I think about cannibal. Whole interview with him in his home.
He died 2 years ago, November 2022.
There you go.
This dude straight up admitted to doing it, and they never gave him a trial. They let him go.
All because of just
A
legal
technicality.
mumbo-jumbo. Mm-hmm.
He killed and ate this student, and he walked free until he died. That's crazy.
Kept her in his room for a little while too. Like cut her up, stored her body parts. Like it was, if you read into the actual crime, it's like Jeffrey Dahmer level.
Dude,
it's
Dahmer.
disgusting.
Jeffrey Dahmer from my neck of the woods, unfortunately.
Did you watch that series on Netflix?
Dude, I've watched all of them. They're doing did you know that they're the same people that made the fucking Dahmer show are making a Ed Gein one?
They're making they just recently released one about the Miami brothers that killed their
parents.
I think it was in Miami.
Killed
their parents.
The fucking what is their names? The fucking, it starts with an M. But I know who you're talking about. It happened in like the fucking 80s or 90s or some shit.
Mm-hmm. The series is called Monsters or something like that.
Yeah, they killed their parents.
Monsters.
And now there's like they're talking about releasing them.
I'm gonna get real weird. I actually had this conversation 2 nights ago with Kate. I saw more about like what the dad did to them that led them to murdering the parents and what the mom let him get away with. Murder's murder, premeditated murder. Yeah,
Menendez brothers.
The Menendez brothers.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Yeah, no, they definitely should have been convicted because it was premeditated and they didn't go to the police. They didn't go through the proper avenues. However, this happened their entire lives from childhood to adulthood. I get it.
Yeah, I completely understand where it was coming from with that. Yeah, dude. Like,
but definitely should have had some punishment. I don't think to this level, personally. You're being raped and forced to eat your father's semen at dinner. Your father's a piece of shit and he deserved it.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, the people that did the Dahmer show, wasn't the documentary, it was just the recreation, like the TV show. They're doing an Ed Gein one, and the guy that played as fucking Jax Teller in Sons of Anarchy.
Ooh.
Charlie Hunnam, he's playing Ed Gein. And
You
you know what's
I
funny?
hate to say it, they do a good job at showing those, but it's creepy. Those are they do some creepy work over there.
Have you
retelling
noticed
that shit.
that most of serial killers are from around here, where I am, Illinois and Wisconsin?
What's wrong with your part of the world?
Fuck if
dude?
I
Are you
know,
okay?
dude. Yeah, I'm fine.
You want to talk to me?
No, I'm good. It's just weird because I noticed like Ed Gein, Wisconsin, John Wayne Gacy, Chicago, Jeffrey Dahmer, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Fucking, we have like all of our killers are from here. It's kind of
Not
crazy.
much to do.
I mean, there's plenty to do here. There's
Maybe
plenty
not
to
back
do.
then.
Have you been in Wisconsin?
No, I'd love to see it.
Wisconsin is like it's a very nice state. It's got like, especially when you go farther up north, it's very like, out in the middle of nowhere, good hunting land, very scenic. It's kind of like the Midwestern Appalachia, if I'm being honest.
Okay, so I was just about to say, and this might clarify it. Driving through New Mexico, it was very empty. Like, honestly, I could have done whatever the fuck I wanted. I could have pulled over and murdered somebody, and nobody would ever even know it was me. I didn't. Because there's an investigation. I didn't do it.
Off some off chance a body shows up in New Mexico.
Yeah, no, on some off chance they're like, this is on the internet, this happened on his route. Maybe it was him. If it wasn't me, I didn't do it. But it was a thought that I was like, you could. You totally could. No one would ever know.
Places like that where the intrusive thoughts win,
Oh, now, is that kind of what explains like that area? Is it like the more green and foresty version of the New Mexico desert? Where there's just no one there? Very poor?
No, it's not poor. That's the thing. So like, Wisconsin is very nature rich, especially the farther north you go. But there's also a lot of big towns everywhere, right? Even the small towns are relatively good size. They're like those nice, cute small towns that you see in movies.
Really?
Yeah. Like Wisconsin isn't. People think of it's funny because Chris, who's the CEO of Regiment, he's like, I never even thought anything was in Wisconsin until he came here. for an American Legion convention. So when he went to Milwaukee, he's like, I didn't think anything was in fucking Wisconsin at all. I didn't know shit about it. He's from New York, but so it's like, yeah, it's like, no, dude, like Wisconsin, there's a lot of shit here. And a lot of people don't realize it. Like, that's kind of the only thing is like, if I told me and my wife talked, like if we end up not moving out of the state, we'll stay in Wisconsin. So like, yeah, that's the thing about Wisconsin is that it's, you know, we've got to, the other thing is we have, so did you know that North America was covered in like a giant glacier?
I did.
Wisconsin actually is the first evidence that we have of a glacier Northern America.
Really?
Yes, we have the Ice Age Trail, which is like basically all the landmarks in Wisconsin is made because of glaciers. So we
see, now I have a huge reason to come visit because that just sounds cool. I love that kind of shit.
Dude, look at fucking the Eau Claire Dells, and it's spelled E-A-U, not O-H. The Eau Claire Dells.
Okay. Hold on. E-A-U. Eau Claire. E-A-U-K-L-A-R.
E-A-U C-L-A-I-R-E. Dells.
C-L-A-I-R-E. Dells. D-E-L-L.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
The Dells of the Eau Claire River. Just look at the image of this. This is Wisconsin.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. This is the cup.
Absolutely
This
gorgeous.
is legitimately 4 hours away from me.
You know what this looks like? I'm looking at a picture right now, and I think they might have filmed a scene. Have you ever seen the movie Without a Paddle?
Yes.
I think they might have filmed the scene here. This looks exactly like a scene from Without a Paddle. Like where they would have stood, a waterfall, like it looks like they would have made it here. It looks exactly like the river voyage in that movie.
I think it is. Now look up Devil's Lake, Wisconsin. I've hiked this several times. It's a fucking great hike.
Okay. Got it. Beautiful.
Yeah. Beautiful. Now you know how Wisconsin has a peninsula, right? Look up Door County, Wisconsin. This is
Door? D-O-O-R?
D-O-O-R. Door County, Wisconsin.
Okay.
This is the peninsula.
It looks like back home.
What do you mean?
Like it looks, it kind of, so like some of these pictures look like a beach in Florida. Obviously without the, I'm talking about the water and everything like that, like a southern or not southern, like a southern, southwestern side of Florida with the how blue and clear the water is, and
except it's got fall
reminds me
colors.
of like Florida.
It's got more rocks and fall colors.
No, exactly. I'm more talking about the water.
No,
the
I know.
water
It's
and
like Florida like water, but with fucking rocks and fall colors. It's a good blend. The funny thing about the peninsula, right? And I've been up there many different times of the year. Well, actually, I've only been there twice. I've gone up there I've gone up there in late fall, and I've gone there in March. It never gets cold there. Now, my version of cold is different than yours. For you, it will be cold. But there's times where being off of Lake, you would think that being in the peninsula, it would be freezing cold all the time. I was there in March, snow on the ground, ice in the water, but it was still 40 degrees. Back home, where I'm at in southeastern Wisconsin, right off the lake, -5. It was warmer here than it was south.
That's wild.
It is weird. I think it's because of the peninsula where it sits on, like in the water, right?
I was gonna say, because generally water stays warmer than the air, and probably because it's surrounded by warmer, like the water warmer than the air, it probably just stays warmer.
Mm-hmm. Also, one of the darkest national parks in Wisconsin is in Door County, and you can see the Northern Lights from here.
Oh, that's fun.
But it has to be the right time of the year for it. You can't just go there and always see the Northern Lights, but you got to go to the northern part of the peninsula. You got to go to fucking, there's 2 state parks there. I can't remember which one it is, but you can see the Northern Lights because it is so dark there. But Door County, it's a nice place. it's just expensive because all the Illinois fucks like to go up there for tourism. And everything is super seasonal. So like in the wintertime, everything just closes. But yeah, Wisconsin has shit like this everywhere. You just got to know where to look.
Sounds fun.
And it's a lot of farm, it's a good fall state, like in autumn.
Here's what I propose. We visit you, y'all visit us, because it's like, what I'm seeing is you have a more. It's not complete desert out here, but you get more of the desert vibe.
Yeah.
Right. Like there's still a lot of trees, but you know that you're coming out of a desert here in Utah. You're smack dab forest. It looks like from these pictures.
Most of Wisconsin is like that. It's not as mountainous and scenic as Utah is. Like, you guys got those fucking mountains, bro. And those are beautiful. We don't have mountains, but we do have forest everywhere. And that's why a lot of the fucking monsters. Do you ever watch Supernatural?
Oh, I fucking love that show.
So, they're always in the Midwest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's several episodes where they're in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Wisconsin.
A lot of cryptids. A lot of cryptid beliefs. Because it makes sense. Because you go out into the woods and stuff, you can't see as well in the dark, and then you see some branches and maybe a little bit of light peeking through at that branch, and you're like, oh my God, what is that? And you run, because it's scary. The woods are scary at night. Like, there's no denying that. The woods are fucking scary at night. They make a lot of weird noises. Your brain tends to put together weird stuff that's not really there. People run away, and then boom, you have a cryptid.
Yep. And then on top of that, we have a really strong Native American heritage in Wisconsin that dates all the way back.
Just the legend of that, and then the legends of them themselves, saying like, "Oh, we've seen this. This is our beliefs. This is the Earth. Like, here's like." It definitely helps. You hear tiny legends of Native American stories. You go out to the woods, you see something in the dark, boom, there it is.
Wasn't the Wendigo Supernatural episode in Wisconsin?
I think so.
Yeah, that was the first episode. Episode 1, Supernatural.
No, first episode was them establishing the story, wasn't it?
Episode 1 was
like with the demon, the yellow-eyed demon.
No. They kind of talked about it, but they were going after the Wendigo. Dad went on a hunting trip. Hasn't been heard from since. Right? Let's see. He was hunting the demon. Okay. Yeah, let's go. Because it was a Wendigo. The Wendigo episode was up here.
I don't think it was the first, because you also had to go through Sam in college getting back into hunting.
Hold on. I'm reading it, right? So, let's see. So Jessica celebrated the LSAT score later. The night Dean shows up, says though their brothers have not spoken in years, Dean comes looking for help finding their father, disappeared while on a hunting supernatural entity. After Sam hears a voicemail from his father, contains an electronic voice phenomenon, a woman saying, I can never go home. Oh, it's the fucking chick on the bridge.
Yeah.
The ghost. But the Wendigo episode, it is in the first season. It's in Wisconsin.
Let me look it up. Supernatural Wendigo episode.
So how about this? How many Supernatural episodes?
Episode 2. So yeah, episode 2 when they went in the caves.
For the Wendigo.
Yeah, it was episode 2. So yeah, you were close.
14
North Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada.
Is that where it was filmed?
Oh, it was filmed. Sorry, filmed. Yeah, filmed in North Vancouver. But where was the episode is said to have taken place in Grand Junction area of Colorado. Okay, so we were wrong.
So 14 of the episodes in the show were filmed in Wisconsin. How many Supernatural episodes take place? 14 of the episodes have been in Wisconsin.
So filmed or storyline?
So it says right here, 14 times Supernatural came to Wisconsin, right? So it says 14 of the 300 and some episodes saw stops in Badger State, with many more episodes featuring allusions to Wisconsin, thanks to production designer Jerry Wanek, the show's creator Eric Kripke. Supernatural was in Wisconsin so frequently during its early run that people began to notice. Yeah, they were in Wisconsin a lot in the early days. In the 2 past seasons, you have a lot of episodes based in Wisconsin. What's up with that? Kripke replied, I do love Wisconsin. My brother and sister went to summer camp there growing up, but I have to admit, there's no particular reason stories are set there. It was more about the Midwest than any other state in particular. Of course, that wasn't the case for Wanek, a Manitowoc native, who did his best to represent Wisconsin by putting Manitowoc references on TV throughout his time in the show. Manic sprinkled episodes with real-life places like Jack's Beer Garden, White Law Sausage Company in the background scenes. Wanek also found a way to work in multiple references to the Manitowoc Minute and the Green Bay Packers during the show's run. In celebration of the show's final episode, Milwaukee Record compiled every time that Supernatural came to Wisconsin. So it was episode The Dead Water. And let's see, season 1, episode 3. Brothers make their way to Wisconsin. Early shows run. The third episode taking place in the fictional but real-sounding town of Manitowoc, Wisconsin, where the bodies were piling up as a result of drownings. Let's see. Episode Something Wicked This Way Comes. Episode 18 of season 1. It was the UFO episode, I think. It turns out that her dad faced a Striga up to the front, up on the road in Fort Douglas 17 years ago, but was unable to stop it. The Striga has been doing blah, blah, blah. So Everybody Loves a Clown. Season 2, episode 2. And also in Wisconsin.
This is the clown that kind of got kids' trust and broke into houses and killed the parents.
Yeah, I think it was a shapeshifter, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Then you had the night shifter. No, that was the shapeshifter one. The clown was, the clown was a djinn, if I remember right. No, it was a
Rakshasa. Or evil clown.
So the next one was the fucking look at that, Twin Lakes. Born Under a Bad Sign. This one might be a werewolf one.
It's a demon possession.
Demon possession, yeah. Werewolf. See, the thing with werewolves, there's a big thing about them here. Let's see.
Oh, dude. Ghost Facers is an amazing episode.
Ghost Facers!
I love that
episode. Ghost Facers. So this was, they went looking for a launch of their own reality show, and Morton Mansion becomes the most haunted place in America one night for every 4 years, blah, blah, blah. What's the other one? All About Love. Stop in Manitowoc, where a pair of FBI agents are called to the scene of robbery that Dean allegedly committed. That was a shapeshifter episode. Yep, there it is. Grantsburg, Wisconsin, Werewolves. Season 9, episode 12. Sam and Dean make their way to Grantsburg, Wisconsin. See, so shapeshifters and werewolves have been a thing in Wisconsin for a long time.
Dude, the season 9, episode 12, and the next one is season 12, episode 16. It's also a werewolf episode. I've never finished the series. I got very far into it, and I quit watching it. I think it was just some life stuff. I think I got out of the Marine Corps and just kind of got busy and just quit watching it and never finished it. I restarted it recently from season 1. If none of you have watched Supernatural, I highly recommend. It is a wonderful, wonderful series. It's extremely long, but that's kind of the beauty of it. Because you just get spooky story, obviously, every episode. Some of them are fun. Like, they have one where it's animated, and they're with the Scooby Gang. That's a wonderful episode. Love that one. But it's kind of fun because you get to see the Scooby Gang deal with an actual murder, like blood and everything, and it's animated like the old Scooby.
I remember this. That was good.
It's a lot of fun, and they have to kind of teach the gang, like, hey, we know you deal with just crazy people that are trying to get with insurance fraud and get their money back, but like people get murdered here. Like, people die, you know what I mean? And they're like, oh my God. And you see how young the Scooby Gang is, which is kind of fun. Because, like, as a kid, you watch them, they're adults. And then you watch that episode and you're like, oh no, they're teenagers too.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. Oh wow, we've been going at it for a while. We should probably wrap this up, buddy.
Yeah, I think we're towards the end. I think we've done what we want to do.
We've done what we want to do. We'll I think for the next episode, one of us should come up with a fucking spooky thing that we can just deep dive into, you know?
I will research that easy because I got to make a few videos anyway.
You get spooky shit sent to you all the fucking time, and I don't. So
I will deep dive. I have a lot of shit. Even in past videos I've made on TikTok, we can deep dive into some stuff that I've done. that I didn't really get a deep dive because it's only like a minute and a half long. I'd love to deep dive some of those topics.
Fuck yeah. Well, guys, we love y'all. We appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with us. I know it's a long one. We went through a lot of things, and none of it was normally what you see on this episode, on these episodes. But we're glad that you stuck around if you're still here. So, anyway, we'll see you on the next episode. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Have a good one.
Really quick, I just want to say, if you enjoyed this, because like you said, it's very different. If you enjoyed this, please let us know. If you like this more, we'll go more to this style.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Have a good one. Love you guys.
Bye.